are now audio live. And there's an image. Helps if I turn on the display capture, doesn't it? Yay! I am competent. How is everybody this week?
Not bad.
Good.
Doing alright.
Could be way worse.
That's true. Sadly,
So, good.
we do not have a dentist this week because he got hijacked for Father's Day shenanigans.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I reckon we can hold off for a bit. Let's see. He left me a few small instructions on what to do.
Destroy all fathers!
No, we're not destroying our fathers. That'd be weird. Alright. Just let me get your character sheets up and then we're good.
You need to destroy the fathers if they get in the way of the game.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's part of their sins.
that is true.
Oh dear. Or to quote Sephi, burn all the babies.
And love all the wolves, apparently.
Okay. So when we last left our heroes, they had a rather dubious day.
That was a hell of a day.
Oh, it was a big day.
Yeah.
See, we had the ritual, then we had Sir Alain going off and fighting Shadow Link, and then we had a reappearance of an old friend, and then we had a few heart-to-hearts, and a mysterious visitor came in the night, but only Sir Alain knows about that one for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so,
I have a good feeling I know who he's hiding. But that's player, not character.
Yep.
so then. So we'll get Dennis's thing out of the way first. There we go. Ez has been not sleeping very well that night, so let me just get Specky in here. Haha, so people can see. I take it you are in front of the doors, Zabornik?
Yes.
How difficult would
Naturally.
it be to just kind of topple or rotate you out of the way?
Very difficult. I am heavy.
We had a long night's rest, so technically, Ez should be back to full health.
That is true.
Yeah.
So let's just up her to full health. That is the same for Zabornak.
Yeah.
What was that noise?
It was enthusiasm.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Sounded like a... God, that sounded like a wheezing sound pipe. Yeah.
Oh, now I have to have another character about another character sheet.
Yeah.
Dennis might
Sooner
show up
or
a little
later,
while.
sooner or later you have to expand to 6 monitors.
I have 3 monitors right now. Alright, so as
Yes, and you're already running out of space.
oh yeah, that's true. That's because I have to devote one whole screen to my streaming as well.
Yep.
So, Ez is very subtly going to try and move you. We'll see how subtle she is.
Go in there.
Alright. Yeah, she can't move you. So can I knocks gently on your shell? Zabornak, I need to leave the room.
You're not gonna run away too, are you?
No.
Again.
No, I am not.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. Yeah, me som att pyramidspös för det.
Okay. Ez is looking back to you, Reister. What?
Something stuff still bothering you from last night?
There are many things bothering me.
Okay, maybe one day we'll find a time to chat about that later.
Perhaps. But I have business elsewhere at the moment. I have no idea what accent this is. I'm sorry.
Why are you sounding like Blinksy all of a sudden?
You be quiet! Big C is the best!
But you're using the same. You're using the same accent right now. It's the same accent you're using.
She's a patchwork person. Sometimes she sounds different.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I had a decent impersonation and I'm just slipping into Banksy and I've lost it entirely. So anyway.
He is good, people. Yes.
Yes, well, I have things I need to do. And I take it you haven't locked your
Alright.
door, Sir Alain.
No, not on my door, but I'm still asleep.
Yeah, not anymore. Ez has slipped into the room and is now currently standing over you. And she is shaking you awake.
What's going on?
What's going on is that you're an asshole.
That's nothing new.
You can't say things like that and then walk away. Where the hell were you last night?
I had to... There's something I wanted to test out.
Yeah, well, I'm pissed at you at the moment. What kind of asshole says they love you and then disappears? I'm not interested in loving a martyr, Lane. If you love me, then you better plan on living. As amusing as it would be, I really don't want you. I want me to fuck you when I'm angry. And she just storms out of the room. Word for word, that is the note he left me, by the way. Go on.
Well, that went better than expected.
Morning.
Morning.
What was that about? I only heard shouting. Angry muttering.
You don't want to know.
Oh, it's because of last night, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I might have been a little bit too too out of the ordinary. Might have been killing the mood, so to speak.
That's alright. I think I basically did that.
Alright. You need anything from me? Aside from the notes?
Not really. I should be okay. Though... I did quite a few stupid things last night. I'll wait till everyone's to go before I say anything.
That reminds me too, by the way. Leister, make a constitution save.
You think I was really that drunk?
You were sloshed, and you admitted you
were
were sloshed.
out of it.
No, that's the thing. No one tried to find out if he truly was sloshed. But okay, I'm giving you that. Okay. 17.
Your head is
No
pounding, but
hangover.
you are just braving through it.
To be honest, Rasta was so obviously fake drunk. Anyway. Alright. Anyways, I think I have the notes here. Here you go if you want to look over them regarding some of the healing stuff. The bardic skills.
Thank you, Rasta.
Not a problem.
I should probably get dressed now.
Yeah, I mean...
Should mention at this point, Sir Elaine's got no shirt on. There's a lot of scars and stuff that's not healed properly, including 2 very large bruises from yesterday.
Not one of them bruises yesterday.
Well, yeah. I mean, what Sir Alain can see is that Rasta's actually wearing the locket. Obviously, in a very obvious way. It's over his cloak. No.
I realise what it is, but I'm not going to say anything.
We talked about this last night. Don't you remember?
Yes,
Before
of
we
course.
went into the inn.
Yes.
Anyway, I'll leave you to getting dressed. You should get those bruises checked out.
It should be alright.
You look like you've been fighting Not only a minotaur, but also, well, you look a little bit like you fought you know who.
Yes.
And with that, I step out, completely oblivious to the fact that he just said yes.
So I'm just gonna get my gear. I don't put on my vestments or my tabard. I put those because the tabard's basically wrecked at this point, thanks to Peachy's horns and axe.
Probably,
So I
yeah.
just stuff them in my bag. That explains my new look.
You need anything that I can give you? You need any fine clothing?
Oh no, I'll be fine.
Should still have some.
No, I'll be fine, Royster. Thanks. Thanks. Anyway.
Or otherwise, I could hand you this remnant of, well, the blood-soaked stuff. Try to burn it.
It's all right.
All right.
That's good. Like I say, just gonna get dressed, pin on the wolf pelt. I'm using as a cloak with my brooch and just get me spells ready for the day.
Chrysler knocks on the door. Mind if I come in?
I mean, he just kind of
Irene,
glances over at Zabornik.
You decent?
Yes.
I'm ready.
Good morning.
Good morning. Some tea?
No, thank you. I'll just have a milk downstairs in a minute.
Fine by me. More for me.
You sound like you enjoy that.
It's not a crime to have my likings.
No, not at all. Sorry if I have acted a little bit silly last night.
Well, what was up with that?
A few things came up, and I'm not the biggest fan of alcohol, to say the least. Usually,
I'm just saying, if there's any dark secrets that you are hiding, it may be a good time to mention them, since we apparently are all overflowing with them around here.
What dark secrets? I mean,
I don't know. If I knew, it wouldn't be a secret, would it now?
no. We have everyone's now got dark secrets. I mean, Sir Alain. Yeah, okay, we know that now. Writing a journal there, Irina.
Oh, she jumps when you mention it and she slams it closed. A little bit, yes.
It's all good. Again, I just wanted to apologize if I have been a little bit of a nuisance last night.
Well, you're not the first drunkard I've been around.
Yeah. Anyway, I should probably get downstairs and grab a bite to eat.
We'll be down shortly.
Breakfast is a very important meal.
And with that, Ryso tugs down on the front of his shirt and turns around and leaves. And he's headed downstairs.
So, Irina, I didn't know you had a diary.
Yes, I've been keeping it for some time.
You
Tends
know
to help me
that
keep
is-
my thoughts together.
That is honestly a very good idea. You know, later in life you'll be very happy to have something to remember your thoughts accurately. I wish somebody had told me that, like, 250 years sooner. But, well, it's never too late, right?
It still always surprises me how old you are, Zabornik.
Yeah, sometimes it surprises me, but then I check my notes.
Sometimes I worry about the life you've led. Anyway, let's head down.
Only sometimes?
I assure you,
Quiet, you're not here.
you're not somebody who should worry about the life I've led. Our enemies should worry about that.
Well, I do remember that fine lecture on animal urine.
You just have to know that when you have a big garden.
What? What kind of garden were you tending where you needed dragon piss?
Why, once you research it, you kind of go up the chain. Aren't you ever curious? Don't you ever read any books?
You know what? I'm ending this conversation before it goes further down a rabbit hole.
Rabbit holes. You need fox for that.
Oh, God. Are you departing your room, Serlin, or are we moving downstairs?
Yeah, I'm going downstairs. Okay.
Try that again. There we are. Okay. As you enter the main room, you notice that Ez is just kind of sitting at a table by herself, and she just looks absolutely exhausted from the day before.
Good morning, everyone.
Alright, you sleep well?
As well as one could, I suppose.
No, that's good. I take it you want the morning usual?
It would be very nice, yeah.
Alright. Give me a
Same.
moment.
Is you okay?
I don't want to talk about it right now. I have things I need to straighten in my head first.
Alright. If there's anything I can help you with, just...
She kind of looks up at you and gives you a smile. Thank you. I do appreciate that. Alright, lovelies, that'll be a little minute. Fucking fly, go away. So Arena looks around, everybody going, well then, what's the state of play today then?
Well,
I feel like we have a thing or two to adjust to now.
yeah.
You're telling me.
Ultimately, we all do have something to adjust to.
How
Have
do
we
you
always
feel
been
in
able
your
to
skin
smell
now,
his cooking
Irina?
from here? He was like half turning in her chair. Is that new? Just takes a deep sniff.
Excuse me, what?
No, never mind.
Probably a side effect of the
Huh?
new you.
We may want to pipe down a bit.
Erwin comes down and he starts giving you out your morning stews and the little salad for Zabornik.
Thank
Please
you
go,
very
my
much,
lovelies.
dearie.
So, what are we doing today?
Well,
We still need to come up with the culprit for Isaac's murder.
I have a set of hypotheses, but
Oh,
it's something you don't want to know. You don't seem to want to know, seeing how reluctant you were yesterday showing me that locket you found at Isaac's place.
yes. Well, you weren't around last night when I explained. She pulls out the locket again and shows it to you, and shows you the image of the deer. I know this locket. I don't know where from, but it's the same as this. And she shows you the back of her Morning Lord symbol with the same deer.
Well, isn't that lovely?
Yeah.
Sounds like my hypothesis might have a little bit of sound to it.
And what exactly is your hypothesis?
Do you really want to know? It might tell you something that you might not want to know. Because I have the sneaking suspicion that Isaac might have been part of your family.
She kind of takes the locket back and tucks it into her pocket and gives you an odd look. I've been considering that myself, and I don't like the idea. But
Yeah.
it's not like we can ask him.
Yeah, he's not going to answer, but at least we know that is actually the truth. Then he might have wanted something back. I wouldn't be surprised if he had been working with a certain somebody.
Do you honestly think the Burgomaster's handyman was working with him?
Exactly. Exactly. After all, where else would he get that arm?
And it's certainly useful for someone like Lord Frankleton to have people in high places everywhere.
Plus, of course, he could have moved anywhere he liked. They wouldn't have looked. When you're in control of a place, it's easy to sneak around.
I suppose that's true.
Though, one thing doesn't quite come together for me.
Yes.
Why would, the big guy allow one of his servants to have an unhealthy obsession with the woman with whom he has an unhealthy obsession?
I would actually suppose that the obsession came and he was sought out, because it would have been an easy way to get the person he wanted. After all, if I wanted to kidnap someone, and I had the ability to do what Snaggletooth is capable of, then I would seek out someone who has access to pretty much everywhere in the town. And if they want the same thing, it's easier than ever. And when they've outlived their usefulness, well, accidents happen.
It just seems curious to me because Lord Bitey seems like a jealous sort.
Oh, a lot of people seem like that.
And I think he would be the kind who keeps tabs on what his servants do at all times.
Wouldn't be surprised to find him actually having a little bit of it, having access to him. Well, we can't check inside Isaac's head anymore. Wouldn't be surprised if we found. It wouldn't be surprised to find he had a little bit of jewelry implanted there.
Too bad it's really easy access now, as far as heads go.
Yeah. Anyway, that's of course just a wild goose chase. I can be completely wrong about that.
Alain, I suppose, Alain, what do you think about this?
As far as I know, he had no interest in Isaac.
And how would you know that?
Because I discussed a few things with him last night.
Excuse me?
What? Are you insane? Inviting him to the doorstep.
I took precautions.
You, on your own, took
Look.
precautions for a vampire lord. Do you
You said
think
that
that
he
really
was-
was efficient in any way?
Have you lost
Also,
your
what's
Now
mind?
he knows where we are.
He knew where we were anyway.
Do you think it was perfectly fine? What did you do? Stand outside and scream his name?
I was able to get him here. As I said, I took precaution.
Wait, you said you were
We-
able to get him here.
We are going to need a few more details on this. Thank you
Yes.
very much.
Holy symbol surrounding the place with holy water.
Well, you know,
Continue.
thing is, you invited him to you. Don't know if that holy water will do a whole lot.
You didn't invite him inside, did you?
Of course I didn't. But I've learned a few things. First off, what the Vistani told us is true. He does allow them to come and go freely. Because of his promise he made to them.
Centuries ago.
Second, yes, but he still holds to that promise. Second, you're a reincarnation of a woman he loved a long, long time ago.
What?
This whole thing is because he lost her centuries ago.
Wonder why.
Third,
What do you mean, lost her?
that's all I could get out of him.
Suppose you didn't
You
leave her
make
in a
it
pouch.
sound like you were interrogating him. For all you know,
I
he
more or
was
less was.
toying with you, Alain.
Oh, don't be silly. He's such a trustworthy guy. He would tell nothing but the truth.
Yeah,
No, I
Snaggle
know
too.
men like him. No, I know men like him. They don't
I know
use
men like him
deception.
too.
They don't use deception when they can simply overpower you.
That's not entirely true.
I think you're
They use
forgetting
my
whatever suits
he
them.
likes to play with his food. Irina is looking absolutely furious at you right now. What do you think he's doing to me? Letting me have my, what did he say, his little adventure?
Exactly. So long as you're having your little adventure, he's going to be hands off.
Until it turns into something that obstructs him, and he takes her. No matter how. Have you even had the slightest notion that he would just end the adventure as soon as he deemed it boring or no longer in his favor? But the fact that he was here last night means he's not far away.
He was, as far as I can gather, he was following Peachy.
Really? Why would he do that?
Because he sent Peachy out once to come after us.
But we sent Peachy back and he came a second.
Yes. Strahd's orders to him from the first time are still in effect.
Yes. No, but that's Peachy. That he didn't mention that Peachy came back and he sent him out again. It's a little bit interesting.
Every
Because
time
because it means Peachy has returned to us on his own accord.
Exactly.
Be it on the accord of Peachy himself or the husk that he is.
Precisely.
But if he made it into town that quickly, that would mean that he's probably already in town, maybe even still is.
Perhaps.
I would like to get back to the fact that we got this intel directly from the enemy, thank you.
Yeah. Yes, but sometimes even the over-enthusiasm of people can prove useful.
What I'm trying to say is that none of this information is valuable in that we don't know if it's accurate at all.
We don't know if he didn't send Peachy back again, yes. We don't know if he's not just toying. Who's this Jurnis that's popping up on
Ignore
my
that.
end?
That's me attempting something. Reister, do you see if you click on your token and look in the top left-hand corner on your little bar where the arrow is?
You mean Whisper Gem?
Yes! Haha! I figured it out. So,
I do see it.
It doesn't
continue.
worky.
Well, I haven't set it up for Zabornak yet, but if he wants, he can try it. Click it, and you should get a little message box on the screen, and you type what you want to whisper to the DM there.
Believe it or not, I have it.
Really? I must have set it up for you then. Sweet.
Thing is,
There you go.
I was trying to come up with a plan.
And what was that plan? Getting us all murdered?
Oh, the plan would be to somehow get the four of you to become Bistani and get you over the border.
That sounds so much like you trying to be the martyr.
We don't know.
Look, getting four of you out.
We are not leaving you behind.
Someone has to get Ovak and Seekbald out.
If they're still alive.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Big trouble.
Besides, last time I checked, none of my ancestors were Vistani, and we don't know how this thing works. We may have to be related to them by blood.
Plus, Sir Alain, I don't know if you've noticed, but things would just return and the cycle continues. I fear that ultimately we must face him.
I know.
You're not gonna take him down on your own.
I know that as well. But
So, we don't need to become Vistani if we can solve the issue ourselves.
Uh,
1 second.
Excuse me.
sir?
I do believe you are the group of investigators who were hired to investigate the unfortunate death of our dear Captain of the Guard.
Ah, yes, that is quite correct. An elementary fact indeed. How can we have you?
It's more how my employer can help you. I have been asked by Lady Watcher to invite you to her manse to speak in this regard.
Well, I suppose we'll be honored.
Very well.
We'd be honored to get to know your employer.
I'm glad to hear it. I would like to press upon you there is no rush. Please take your time. Enjoy your morning. We
course.
Thank you very
will
much.
discuss things later.
Also, excellent mustache, sir.
Why, thank you. I worked hard on it.
And here I am, I can't do
Well, that was
credit
out of the blue.
half-elf being.
So, I guess we have to pull it together again to continue our beautiful little charade.
Why, yes.
goody.
Ez,
What?
we might need you to come with us
Alright.
Really?
to,
Yeah,
to the
want
Watcher family.
check. Would Ez have noticed what we've just been talking about?
Oh, Ez has been listening to you the entire time. But she looks like she's holding her tongue at the minute.
Let's
Every now and
just get
again,
up.
she's just glaring daggers at Alain and looking at Irina concerned.
Let's just get on with it.
The sooner we solve the issues, the sooner we can all get to what I hope is normality.
As much as I would like to get some distance between us, we shouldn't let Zerling go on his own again.
He's Sir Alain, after all.
Okay. So let's head out into the village.
No, we're no longer down here.
Yep.
We're over here.
Shh. I haven't updated the map. Quiet. Quiet, you. Peanut gallery.
Don't spoil the magic. Don't spoil
I'm
the
not the
magic.
Peanut Gallery, I'm just one of the characters right now. Just saying.
Rocks fall, Reister dies.
Who could have foreseen that?
Especially if there's no rocks above us.
It's it wasn't actually a rock, it was a turtle dropped by an eagle.
I can't see any eagles. It's actually an eagle being dropped by a dragon. That dropped me. Dear. Need to get a soundboard here.
I need to get a soundboard too. Anyway. So, you recall from your previous interactions with Reister's contact and your own scoping out beforehand that the Watcher Manse is on the road north out of Valky.
Yeah, we've kind of passed by when we went to the lake.
Mm-hmm. So, you're standing outside.
So,
Mina kind of looks around the party. So, if you think Isaac is a servant of you know who,
yes.
what do you think about the rumours we've heard about these ones? She kind of nods towards the door.
Well, I'd be surprised to find out that they tried what the Durst family had done over in Barovia, trying to get on his good side.
That's nothing but rumours, though. That's what we asked the man at the lake about, and he said they just weren't paying him.
Yeah, but he was after all someone without a soul.
That is true.
Might just be that soulful people might be interesting as well.
Sorry, excuse me a sec.
You okay there? Or are you just joking?
This chest infection has kicked me in the ass. I have just not had a good week at all.
Yeah.
First this chest infection, and then I fell down the fucking the cement stairs yesterday. Ugh. There's a bruise and a swelling on my foot the size of a golf ball.
Ooh, not good.
And the worst thing is when you have a chest infection, you start coughing, you just can't stop. So if I just go silent for a while, that's why it's me coughing my lungs up. And I apologize to everybody who had to hear that. So, you're having a conversation outside the match. Continue.
Well, or it could be that he's he had used them as a backup plan. Could be that he's playing both sides of the field, that he's playing both red and black in roulette. We're just the big fat green zero. Okay, no one's into roulette, apparently.
I was just thinking we may be the ball.
No, that would be if we were completely random.
You assume the game isn't rigged at all.
Oh, I know the game is rigged in this case.
So yeah, it may also be some kind of power struggle going on.
That is true. There is not a, there might not be, there is one going on.
No point in Arena making insightful comments when I'm muted.
Yeah, that's a little bit difficult.
She looks
I did the same
to
thing a minute ago.
she looks to Zabornik and says, "Well, we know there's a power play going on. The Burgomaster told us as much."
Yeah.
Beyond what he knows.
He's also
Oh,
convinced
okay.
the Watchers sent an assassin after him.
I'm not sure if they are that reasonable.
He assumed it because someone had killed his right hand.
And what a pity that was.
Yes.
Such a shame.
Yes.
Taken in the prime of his life.
Yes. No longer being able to use both his hands that he grasped life with. Well, as soon as the second hand came.
I'm starting to worry
That
about
was a
some of
little
your
fast.
commentary, Reister.
I just tend to have a little bit darker side when it comes to humor.
You're running away, Zabornik.
Which I'm just taking up the rear, spears from behind and all.
That sounded oddly sexual.
That's what you said.
We'll just-
Alain, since you are the lead investigator, according to what people perceive, you should probably take the lead.
Perhaps. I'm just going to knock on the door.
Okay. As you knock on the door, you hear a small flurry of footsteps coming from within. And a young man opens the door, dressed in fine clothes. Can I help you?
Yes, we were sent for by your mistress.
And who delivered the message, may I ask?
Don't recall the fellow's name, but he had a rather nice moustache. We are known to the young men who live here.
Yes, very well. Please, follow me and do wipe your boots.
Of course.
As if I wouldn't.
You sounded almost insulted about that, Reister.
I would wipe my boot, but I left him outside of the barrier.
It's a nice place.
Everybody in. Sorry, excuse me. If you'd like to wait here for a moment, I will go and see if the mistress is ready to receive you.
Of course. Irina, will you
Yes,
come in, or do you want to stay out?
There's no point in hiding out in the hallway. Besides,
Yeah.
let's just say I don't quite feel comfortable alone right now. She glares at Alain.
Ew, a couch.
Now it's a chaise-longue.
Bit of a chaise shot, if you ask me.
The mistress will be with you momentarily. She is just speaking with another guest at the moment. I'm
Of
sure
course, of course.
she'll meet with you momentarily. I have been asked to provide some refreshments. Would there be any preference? Red, white wine,
Uh,
milk, ale?
just some milk for me, please.
Very
I'll
well.
be happy with water, thank you very much.
Okay. He departs.
Another visitor, hey? Wonder who that may be.
I'm not sure.
At this point, I hope it's no one we know.
Alright, Rice is actually trying to perceive what's behind the door.
Okay. The door itself is not all that snug fitting, but you glance through and you do manage to see a very well dressed woman currently speaking with a gentleman whose back is to you, currently wearing a red overcoat with slicked black hair.
Oh, jeez. He wasn't wearing a red overcoat last night, was he?
Not that I recall.
And his hair wasn't slicked back.
Again, not that I recall.
Because otherwise it would be him.
The door opens, and out steps this woman. Hang on, let me just fix this real quick. If I can actually get her thing. I really should have these prepared correctly. You see, this woman stepping out. Ah, I see Ernest delivered my message. Excellent, excellent. Come, please. She motions around the corner towards the squishy chairs. Sit. Make yourselves comfortable.
I prefer to stand. Thank you very much.
I suppose.
Way ahead of you, thank you.
Forgive her. She is already a little bit up in age, so she needs to sit.
Well, I suppose I can
What is the-
understand that. Are you
What
comfortable,
is the
my dear?
point of nice furniture if you don't appreciate it properly?
A woman after my own heart. Excellent. As she's speaking, someone else steps out from the chamber behind you as well. He's a well-dressed nobleman. He's currently looking over your party. He has
Skinny Gaston!
a withering smile on his face. I suppose these are the ones you were referring to, my lady? Yes, but arrangements are to be made, things are to be discussed first. So please, sit, and we will discuss things. Valet enters quickly with balancing a tray of water, glasses, milk and jugs. He sets those down and very
Thank you very
hurriedly makes
much.
himself scarce.
Thank you.
Now then, I am to understand that you have been hired by the Honourable Burgomaster to investigate the death of his recent employee.
Yes, the ever less recent employee indeed.
Yes.
And I suppose he has already given you his theories as to what befell the pleasant gentleman.
Yes, things were mentioned.
So, using divine sense.
You sense a strong sense of evil in the general vicinity. The woman glances over towards you. A paladin. I can see something has curled your nose.
You'll have to forgive me. It's been quite a while since I was in opulence.
Yes, I believe I know what's going on. Believe me, I am not deaf to the rumours that fly around this town. I can thank my grandfather for those nefarious tones. But I suppose if you've already sensed the foul little beast, I may as well let you know. My grandfather... Weird, absolute brute of a man. Let's just say he tried to earn wealth and power by earning the favour of a certain landowner? Let's just put it like that. He made a deal with some dark forces. He bound our family line to a horrendous little creature, an imp. It haunts our bloodline. It's still in the house. The only way to be rid of it is to, how do you say, throw in our lot with the landlord, and that's not something I am willing to do anytime soon. So I'm stuck with the foul beast.
Yes, trying to make a deal with that guy is always such a terrible, terrible, terrible idea.
Believe
Could have
me.
been way worse for you.
Believe me, I'm well aware. And quite frankly, I'd rather put up with the imp than deal with that. It's actually the reason one of my charming visitors here as well. But, allow me to introduce him. If I remember his name, says the DM. This is Vassal von Holtz. He nods his head and gives a polite bow. He's
Delighted.
charmed, I'm sure.
Surf and Holtz.
Yes. Sadly, it is
a pleasure.
an unfortunate event that I am a guest of Lady Watcher at the moment.
What brings you to this place?
I'm sorry?
What brings you to this place?
Well, as Lady Watcher says, there were certain landlords who demanded service of me.
Did he now?
That landlord, eh?
Well, I had an estate to the east. It was just me and my wife at the time, and we admittedly served under him. The only thing he demanded was, well, share of our crops that we kept his people fed and protected from the wilds. But then he found out that we were sheltering certain undesirables in his eye, and he didn't like that.
And so he sent his individuals after you, I presume.
Yes. I will speak plainly. The people I was sheltering and giving aid to were vampire hunters. One of them gave up the information about my escapades in order to save his own life. So, my servants, my family, are gone now because of that. And the property has now been consumed by...
Him.
Yes. You can't even tell where my house was anymore. But, anywho, there's a reason Lady Watcher wanted to speak with you on this. Yes. I have a feeling I know who dealt with Isaac.
What's your theory?
The man who, shall we say, betrayed Lord von Holtz's confidence is somewhere in Valkyrie. I haven't been able to find out where, but he is was, well, I suppose he still is, a vampire hunter, but he seems to have lost his mind. He'll destroy anyone with any inkling of, could you say, dark leanings, and
Sharp teeth.
possible. I suppose I can give him the credit for dealing with several of those horrendous creatures, but... Well, I assume Isaac was one of them. He was beheaded, yes?
As far as we could tell,
Sure.
yes.
To our knowledge, yes.
Then that does sound like his handiwork. The only problem is... he sees the Vistani as allies of our absentee landlord. All of them.
Oh. Oh.
Adults, children.
Yes, I've heard rumors that the young child of the leader to the south has gone missing, and I fear he may have done something to her.
How recent are these rumors?
The last 2 days, I suppose. The
Oh
Vistani
my.
camp was in an uproar trying to find the poor girl.
I see.
I see.
Irina looks over to Zabornak. Do you think she's referring to Annabelle?
I wouldn't know who else it could be.
Lady Watcher, if I may ask,
Yes.
has there been anyone recently who has applied to work for you in a chef's capacity? As a cook, maybe?
I'm not sure. You would need to speak with my valet. We're currently fully staffed at the moment. Well, yeah, at least as far as I'm aware, unless the cook has thrown a tantrum and fired one of his underlings. Again.
Thank you very much. Correct. So you wish for us to find this this gentleman and present him to the burgomaster?
Well, that
Or
would
what
be one way
exactly
to
do
do it.
you intend?
Sadly, this is a bit of a selfish request as well. Thanks to my grandfather's legacy, there's been rumours flying about our family for years. And
We unfortunately haven't been unable to avoid them.
Yes. Sadly, my sons don't do much to increase our reputation, and after what that burgomaster's brute of a son did to my daughter, I'm not exactly in a fit way to defend my family.
So what exactly would you have had for in case we were unable to find him?
Well, if you could
just
find
wondering-
him, expose him for the brute and murderer that he is, that would be fine. But I am just afraid that he'll come for my family sooner or later.
I'm just going to say, when she mentioned the Burgomaster's son, would I be able to have told if she was lying about him?
You have heard before that something did happen between her daughter and the Burgomaster's son.
Right.
Yeah, we heard it from the other side as well.
Did they tell you what that monster did to my poor child?
No, unfortunately not. We were just informed that after the children of the two families met, but something, shall we say, broke with it.
Well, that's one way to put it. I don't know what wickedness he did to her, but he drove the poor girl mad. Even now she roams her room like an animal. And when
Like
the
an
doctors can
animal.
help.
That Zbonek, you can talk to animals, can't you?
Not a literal animal. My God,
I was
man.
just going to point that out.
If she's not able to speak, not willing to speak in human tongue, maybe Zbonek would find a different tongue to speak in. That was what I was going for. Wasn't intending to say that she had become an. I'm not that dense, milady.
She doesn't speak much. Whenever she does, she refers to herself as Little Kitty. She shouts and screams if anyone she doesn't recognize comes in the room and flees away. Barely eats.
I suppose it couldn't hurt much if we tried talking to her for a moment.
I'd rather you didn't. You'd only upset her. She doesn't understand the things that are going on around her anymore. I've asked all the doctors, well, anyone who's willing to come despite our reputation, and they can't seem to find anything to do.
I presume a spell of lesser restoration has been attempted?
The priest hasn't come, but I don't think he was aware of that spell. I don't believe it's been tried.
I would like to attempt it.
Are you sure, little paladin?
Very sure.
At the very least, it will give you information that this doesn't work. If it fails, if it works, even better. You will get your daughter back.
You can see her face kind of twitch, where it looks like she's trying her best not to raise her hopes. Very well, then.
It is worth a try.
I suppose. Well then, Sir Paladin, if you would accompany me.
Do you need anyone to back you up in case things go sour?
No, it should be fine.
I
Alright.
would like to come with you. I'm, as you know, a bit of an accomplished healer myself.
If you say
That
so.
would be a good idea.
Okay. Just let me grab you guys and go diddly diddly diddly.
So, yeah. I'm completely in the dark now.
As she's walking along the hall, she lifts out a set of keys. And she puts the key in the lock and pauses for a moment, gathering herself. Then opens the door.
Okay, just give me
If you
one
can
moment.
keep your distance. I don't want her to be scared.
Just need one moment. So I'm just wanting to post this in the thingy first.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case people are questioning where I've got this from.
Alright.
People at home. Okay, there's the actual link to the Roll20. Right. So I'm going to step
Okay.
into the room.
Alright. You come into the room and you see that Lady Watcher is now sitting on the bed and cradling what appears to be a young woman and gently hushing her hair, hushing and stroking her hair. The room is musky and dark. The bed is iron framed and there appears to be leather straps on the bed. There's fingernail marks and clawing marks all around the room. The girl sees you and just digs her face into her mother. No, little kitty doesn't know you. Doesn't know you. Shh, darling, shh. Well then, Sir Paladin, is this something you can do?
I shall attempt to use Lesser Restoration to attempt to cure her.
Okay.
I believe the spell is capable of healing madness, so...
As you attempt to
Sure.
touch her, she starts flailing about, and her mother is trying her best to hold her arms, but she's getting scratched in the hands from it.
It's alright, I'm not going to hurt you.
Ooh. Great.
She calms down momentarily, but you can still see she's fidgeting and twitching.
Okay. I'm just going to very gently place the palm of my hand on top of her head and cast Lesser Restoration.
Okay. As you touch her, she twists her head around and attempts to bite you, but as you release the magic, she pauses midway, and you can almost see as if a veil is lifting from her eyes, and she just kind of looks around the room, seemingly just becoming aware of her surroundings.
Are you alright?
What is going on? Mother? See the lady watcher, her composure's just broken now. There are tears streaming down her face and she's like hugging her daughter. It's like, oh, my darling. Would you excuse us a moment? I need to compose myself.
Of course.
Should we wait outside?
That would be a
Please.
good idea.
Okay. As you go outside, you can hear the two of them mutter for a while. And eventually, Lady Watcher steps out, wiping her face. Oh. She's tired. She'll sleep, and then I'll send one of the maids up to clean her up and dress her properly. You can say you've earned my gratitude, Sir Paladin. Oh, please. Come, we still have things to discuss.
Of course.
After you.
Thank you, Spornak.
By the way, good work there.
I'm just going to kind of whisper to Zabarnak, after what happened last night, let's do something good.
You gained some points back.
Okay. Well, then, it seems your reputation does speak for itself. I suppose I should have you great thanks for that.
I assume things went well.
Vasily, that item you offered me, perhaps we can give it to our fair friends as thanks for aiding my daughter. Oh, I suppose that could be arranged. Just give me a moment and I'll... Excuse me.
What a man.
Oh, yes, he is quite...
Ronak, cut it out.
Don't
I'm just
deny a
saying, as a
lady her
specimen, he's
pleasures.
intimidating.
The problem is that Zvonek is rather fond of many.
I appreciate beauty, that's all that is.
Well, I can certainly say I'm not flattered. But yes, this was an item I was going to offer to Lady Watcher for her assistance in sheltering me, I suppose. But I have no use for it. I suppose you would do. And he hands you this.
Ooh.
This is the last of the
Nice.
stores. It was left in my care for a vampire hunter who fell during the assault on my estate. I had a few other magical items, but sadly they've been taken by those
Yeah,
creatures.
that's a beauty of a staff.
Well, it is greatly appreciated. I believe that Zabarnak may get the best benefit from it.
I will certainly take it in my care for now. We can talk about this later. Maybe one of us who doesn't have innate healing ability would be better served by it.
Indeed.
Do be warned, though, it does appear to require some sort of, what do you call it? Previous magical affinity to use?
Ah, yes, of course.
So, but as I said, it was left in my care by a vampire hunter who is unfortunately no longer around. Well, she might be. In a form she isn't like.
Understood.
Yes. Anywho, regardless, back to what we were discussing earlier. While my host gathers herself, I believe this vampire hunter you were looking for, he goes by the name Van Richten. He seems to have got it in his head that every Vistani is evil and wants to purge them from the land, but I don't quite share that idea.
What is your idea?
What are you trying to do there with your stealth and intelligence?
Oh, I was just whispering to Zbarnak on the stairs.
Oh, right, okay.
And I was using the intelligence because Ryster didn't get the information from last time that Ez is not all Ez. At least not the original Ez anymore. And when he mentioned a form she might not like, Ryster's trying to put two and two together.
You can tell that he is not referring to Ez.
Alright.
He is inferring that she may have been turned into a vampire to spite her.
Alright. Then Ryster has a decent idea where she is now.
I suspect she could be dust.
I'm fairly certain she now resides in the bag. She's been bagged.
Sorry to say, this
Stefan
fellow...
Holtz. It wouldn't be... how many vampire hunters were you taking care of? Were you...
we had a number of them come and go. They had a small... Well, I suppose you could say a collective of them. They would come and go. Many of them kept my secret for many, many years, and then that Van Richten lost his mind and sold me out to save his own hide.
I'm just figuring that wouldn't happen to have been 6 in the last group that had been taken care, not counting Van Richten.
Honestly, I never met many of them face to face. They kept their identity secret and we spoke via code names or behind panels. It was the best way to keep everyone safe.
Of course, I understand.
If you're talking about if they work in groups, they usually work in small groups, 2 or 3. The biggest I ever saw was 4.
So 6 was out of the ordinary. Would have been out of...
Exceptionally so. It's much easier to be caught if you're trying to sneak around with that large of a group.
Oh, indeed. Indeed.
But, yes, Hendrickton, he was a very skilled hunter. He knew what he was doing. He's very competent. Unfortunately, he can't tell the difference anymore. Right now, he's going to be doing more harm than good, and I fear he may be doing more damage to innocents, more than anything.
That would be very bad.
Yes.
Especially even considering doing a lot of, shall we call it, damage control.
Yes.
With his cheerful projects.
Well, you could say that. Just give me a quick thing. I need to double check something real quick. I'm just trying to get to something sorted real fucking quick. Bear with me. But yes, I fear he's going to make it his mission to hunt down the Vistani.
It makes sense, but we should probably get close to the Vistani.
Yes.
Yes. Generally, we would like to avoid encouraging genocide as a thing.
Yeah.
But as I say, I'm not exactly a fan of innocents having to suffer for any of these.
Yes, of course, of course.
So then, I believe he is somewhere in this town, quite possibly disguised.
Can you think of anything that could give away his identity?
He did always seem to carry a few rounds of dried meat with him. He said it was for his cat. I never saw him with a cat, though. I don't. To be truly honest, I have seen a few vampire hunters with little kittens running around. The cats seem to have sensed the vampires before anything else, but I never saw his.
Oh,
How very interesting.
that is wonderful information.
Could you describe the appearance of this man in any way?
He was an older chap. Grey hair, had these strange little spectacles. Oddly pointed goatee. Quite frankly, he was very deceptive. You would just mistake him for an old man, except he had exceptional fighting skills.
Oh,
Yeah, people always underestimate the elderly.
I wouldn't be surprised if I have an idea who that is. Might have come across him.
Reister, are you alright?
Sorry. Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah.
Alright then. So you want us to find this Van Richten man and, what, turn him over to the Burgomaster? Well, quite frankly, I would prefer you kill the bastard. But Lady Watcher believes that it's a good way to broker peace towards the Burgomaster and maybe ease his paranoia a bit. Yes, I do believe that is the best course of action. But then again, considering what Mr. Vassell has told me, he may not want to come willingly. You may have to kill him. I'm not going to complain if you do. But you will have your criminal, and I'll have peace of mind.
Of course.
Well, I think this was a very productive meeting.
Yes, I do agree. The only other thing I can do is, you wouldn't happen to know how to exorcise a demon correctly? No?
Excuse me, we could use some context for that question.
Well, I told you about that blasted imp.
Oh,
We've tried killing him, we've tried all the usual blessings, but he just comes back sooner or later. Well, regardless.
This could use some research. We'll get back to you on that.
He's grown lazy in the past few years. He just sits down in the basement. So he's not exactly a pain.
So would I know any possible ways to...
You would know that the way she described it earlier on, this creature was bound to their bloodline through some sort of contract, which means there's no way to remove it unless someone either breaks the contract or the contract is fulfilled.
Lady Watcher, may I inquire as to what the contract was between your grandfather and this imp?
That's the sad thing, we don't know. One
I
of the
see.
things he wanted was power so he could serve, you know. He was given the powers, he got some wealth, but the imp stayed around, and as far as I know, he's still bound to our bloodline, so unless he promised some sort of firstborn or something, I don't know. We've tried looking for the contract, but the contract died with my grandfather.
Well, it clearly didn't die. Otherwise, it
Well,
would be.
the specific wording, I should say. The
Well,
demon only
that
has to
case-
produce the contract to the signee. And quite frankly, he's just a lazy little bastard who sits in my basement and eats my food.
Well, we may get back to you on that.
If you can.
We might find a lawyer for you. A legal expert.
Oh, trust me, I already have someone doing that. We've tried killing him, but he only comes back at 6 months or so.
Yeah, lawyers will do that.
She looks at you for a second, and then bursts out laughing. Oh, I do enjoy this one. You're a delightful company.
Oh, the pleasure is all ours.
Well then, is there anything else I can assist you with?
I believe this will be all for now.
Indeed. Thank you for your time, Lady Watcher.
Oh, yes, and thank you for coming. As I say, keep your eye out on this. What was it? Van Richten? Yes. He's a very, well, as I've been told, a very competent swordsman. He is dangerous. He has lost his mind.
Good thing that we have found our minds a while ago.
Indeed.
That's an interesting way to make that comeback, Zabonik.
Not all of them can be winners, I'll be frank.
I'm not even going to attempt to make a joke out of that. Well, there then. I suppose I should offer you all thanks. It has been a pleasure to meet you all. He takes Arena's hand and politely gives a little peck on the back of her hand. And I must say, that is a very charming scarf you have there. Yes. A Vistani design, I believe. Yes, a friend from the East gave it to me. It is very lucky to have a gift from a Vistani. You should feel a little privileged. I do. This fly is driving me insane. Go away. Alright. So he steps out of the way, and he does the same to Ez. He politely kisses her on the back of the hand, and Ez just looks like, what is going on? What are you doing? Stop that.
That's good. Let's look at it. So, courtly manners.
He looks at you, Zabornik, and gives you a very large smile. Says, of course. How could I neglect the fairest lady in the room?
Ah, I'm sure you're everybody's favorite guy.
You're so kind, sir.
I have been told.
A pure paragon.
Well then, I do hope you will return with good news for me. And please do make use of that wand. I have no skill to use it. And I'm certain you'll put it to good use.
Healing is our business.
Alright then. Well then, do not allow me... Oh dear lady, back out. Back off.
I'm sorry, I'm a little bit talky with myself.
Alright then. So then, are you departing?
I'd say yeah.
Okay. He's going to walk out, or do you just want me to fade out?
Probably say fade out. It'd be quicker.
All right.
Scene change.
Diddly-loo, diddly-loo, diddly-loo. Okay.
Everything's gone all wibbly.
He's hanging around outside. What are your thoughts?
So, this was kind of a lucky break, wasn't it?
Oh, indeed.
A vampire hunter who's lost his mind. To be truly honest, I've heard of things like that.
It
Yes.
is a mentally taxing profession.
Vampires
Especially-
apparently can conjure up very scary imagery.
Besides, being wrecked with guilt is not exactly good for your mind.
I have to say, Sir Alain, that was a very good thing you did for that girl.
Indeed.
We should move on.
Where to?
No, really. Good
Back
use
to
of
the inn.
healing magic. I didn't have that spell prepared for today, so... Could barely have done it better myself.
Okay. He's
I may need
reached...
to use it again.
Sorry, excuse me. He's reached the main crossroads. Where would you like to go?
I kind of try to figure out where Rictavo would be.
Probably still in the inn. Given that it's still relatively early.
I believe we should have a talk with him.
Indeed.
Yes.
Indeed. It seems he's not all he claims to be.
Okay. So you're heading towards the inn.
Yep.
Yeah.
I swear I will get faster at these changes. Okay. Let's arrive back at the inn.
I think I'm gonna need a moment, sorry. A little bit of a headache.
No problem.
Hmm?
He's not there. He was there this morning, I'm sure.
Should probably ask Danica where he's gone to.
I suppose that would be
Well.
wise. Are you coming, Sir Alain?
Yes.
Danica,
Alright,
how are you doing
darlings.
today?
I'm doing well. How about you, my dears?
Yeah, having a good day so far.
A little bit of a headache. Hey, that's my own fault.
Considering how much you had last night. What can I do for you?
Apparently wasn't that much.
Anyway, we were wondering, this archetypically, pretty, blonde guy that's hanging around, Rictavio, I believe?
Oh, Rictavo.
Have you seen him lately?
She kind of leans over the counter and looks in this corner. He was there a little while ago, but he might have gone out. He could be upstairs, in his room.
Could you go check on him for us? We would like to have a quick conversation.
Darling, the stairs are over there.
Uh,
You hurt your legs or
Oh.
something?
so she's telling us to move.
I wasn't sure if we were allowed in the quarters where we don't technically live, but thank you.
Okay. Diddly-loo, diddly-loo, diddly-loo.
Seems like the rest of the party's not coming.
You guys go ahead.
Patience, young sir.
First we need to work out which room he's in.
You hear Danica shout from the bone. It's the one very end of the hall.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
As we need to decide who's going first. What it's going to be close encounters of the total kind.
I was gonna knock at the door.
Knock at the door. You hear nothing.
Yep. Rictavo?
Hmm.
There's no response
Rick?
behind the door.
Rick? Rystar, can you maybe, the door?
I can surely try to figure out the lock after all.
Yeah, Dananka did not hear that. Alright. The door clicks satisfyingly as it
No,
is now unlocked.
well,
After you, gentlemen.
stealthily opening the door. Don't want Danica to hear that we've opened the door.
The door swings open silently.
Now, if it would open to us as well, that would be nice.
Oh yeah, shit, I forgot about that. Hang on. Hang on.
Kind of running into
There.
a closed door.
Okay.
What's here?
Cozy.
The guest room contains a bed heaped with wolf furs, a footlocker, a tall wardrobe, a writing desk with a matching chair, and there's an oil lamp sitting on top of the desk near a journal bound in red leather jacket.
Let's have a quick look at this journal.
Yes, I hope we're not wrong.
I'm just gonna very carefully open it to try and make it look like nothing's been disturbed.
You want me to do that?
Book is kind of dog-eared, so it would be very easy to make it look like it hasn't been disturbed.
You should go for it, Rystar.
Alright.
Okay. You open the book and you flick through a few pages, but mostly you find logs of describing his carnival, describing some of the towns he's gone through, complaining about travelling, and you notice written in the margins and in the footer of most pages is a few oddities he has seen, including a were-hair child, a half-orc woman named Gorblancha who could chew through iron chains. There's a story about a giant man-eating plant with the most remarkable singing voice. And there's a little sketch accompanying the story of a pair of conjoined goblins.
Mostly curiosity. All I see are curiosities.
Can I do an Arcana check?
You can. You sense nothing magical in this room.
I mean, if I were vampire hunter, and I wanted to hide the fact that I am. I'm going to check the cover of the.
You checking the cover of the book?
Basically, checking if there might be a little bit of if there might be pages hidden somewhere,
Okay.
either in the cover of the book or between other pages that have been stuck together.
Oh, that's what I was trying to see if it's like hidden writing or something.
Yeah, you were looking for magical hidden writing. I'm looking for tactical writing.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you
That
check
base is covered.
you check the bindings, you check the spine, you check all the places that you have seen other thieves hide secret messages and such. You find no trace of it. You don't find any trace that this book has been tampered to hold messages in any way.
Well, that's a dud. I'll put it back.
Chances are he's probably at the blacksmiths.
I mean, to take care of his wagon.
Quite possibly.
If
Well,
he's
it-
undercover, he's very good.
Or we might be. I'm starting to fear we might be actually having.
Having
I
what?
would like for him to be innocent.
Still.
But by the way, how about I carefully open? Maybe we find the old.
You cut out there. You're carefully opening the what now?
Yeah, just a little
The
bit, yeah.
wardrobe.
You open up the wardrobe and you find a few sets of common clothes and a few traveling clothes.
Hmm.
No walking canes. That would indicate an.
Wait a second. What if... Hmm.
I mean, I have the feeling he's a little bit better at magic than claims to be, but there's only one place things could be hidden now, and that's the footlocker you're almost sitting on, Bonnick.
Excuse me.
Think I should carefully crack open the footlocker, just to be thorough in the investigation. You said it
While-
was locked?
It is not locked.
While you're
Okay.
doing that, I'm gonna grab hold of the edge of a door and knock on it a few more times to give the illusion that we've not actually got in yet.
Alright. I'm carefully opening it so it doesn't seem like I had been opened.
Okay.
Stealthily.
You open it up and you find 2 sets of boots, another set of riding pants, and a bridle.
I'm going to check for a false bottom.
Rictavio!
You feel around the bottom of the case, along the sides, and even check in under the lid. There's no false walls or bottoms in this.
Unless he's found a way to make everything disappear. Seems like he's not the man. He's not the man, at least not care. Or he's very good at hiding his identity.
You know, if I
have a way.
wanted to hide something very sensible, and I happen to have a large animal cage, I may put it there.
Yes, but then you have the difficulty of going there as well. You know
Yeah,
that
maybe
Rictavio
worth it.
was feeding his cat from upstairs.
Have you both forgotten on the lake?
What about it?
No, I haven't forgotten him.
No. Do you remember the spell I used on him?
Was it?
Yes. Unfortunately, it was a wasted spell, but still. You forget paladins can tell who's telling the truth.
There is certainly going to be an option if we ever find the guy.
That's why I believe we may find him at his caravan.
Alright, let's all filter out and make certain that everything says it left.
Make sure to relock. You should. Well, I'm presuming you can relock doors as well as open.
Given that I can open them, what I can open I should be able to close.
That was a good idea to check.
Yep. You would need to make another sleight of hand check to do that.
Zvonic, would you please? Because I need to
Okay, if you're
fiddle
not-
around after all. Thank you.
I just got loudly say. It's probably his caravan.
I
Yes,
relocked
I
the door.
agree.
Looks like he's not here.
Just gonna try and give Rice a little bit of extra cover. I was locking the door again.
You manage to get it to lock quite easily.
There. Let's
Come on,
go.
let's go get the others.
Zvonic, one day I mount wheels on you.
You wouldn't be the first one to try, but you would be the first to succeed.
Just some platforms with wheels to stand on. Maybe we could invent a full new sport. What
I
we
am not
called
going.
Zbornicking.
Look, just because I like to garden, sometimes I don't want to be a wheelbarrow.
Never said you would be.
Let's just skate over this, shall we?
Yes. Yes, just do that, yeah. I mean, otherwise we would be grinding our teeth.
There's no need to rail it on it.
Yeah. Well, looks like he's not upstairs. Looks like he's not home. We should probably go and see his wagon.
Oh no. Actually, I
Yeah,
best nip
but-
off for. I'm just gonna have a couple of minutes myself. Hang on.
Yes, in just a moment we will go. First, I need a good sit down and maybe half a mug of tea. I'll make it 2/3.
Maybe even a double mug.
Don't be ridiculous, that would be too much.
Would it?
Maybe.
I'm okay. Okay.
I was halfway to breaking out the Jeopardy theme.
Yeah. He made me giggle unexpectedly, so I ended up coughing, and that just went into a coughing fit, and...
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm alright. So, what did I miss when you came downstairs? I got to let's skate over the issue, and then I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, we just discussed that we probably want to go see Octavia where he probably is.
Yeah, we should probably check his wagon.
Okay.
Let's go to the pussy wagon.
Alright.
That sounds like a punk band.
But as you were coming downstairs, it looked like Irina and Ez were having a conversation. Their heads were pretty close together, and when they saw you coming down, they stopped talking.
Sorry to interrupt.
That's alright. Did you find anything of note? Did you find him?
No,
No,
he wasn't there.
Then perhaps his wagon.
That's what we were thinking.
Alright. There are tears in my eyes from coughing. Anyway. Well then. Shall we? I swear, we're in and out of this
course.
place like a yo-yo.
Is it just me, or does his look perturbed?
She has a reason to be. Considering all the stuff she went through last night.
One day you will have to fill me in whatever happened after I had gone upstairs. And back into my room.
Yes, I gathered that. I didn't think you were going.
Sir Alain, you coming? He's just gathering his thoughts still at them.
Okay, I'm back.
We were just going.
Okay, just take it as read. I'm following. Hang on. There we go.
Okay.
Sir Alain has warped through walls.
Wrong map.
Why are we here?
Because I hit the wrong map, because they're next to each other. I'm fixing it. There we are. I am a competent DM. Hey.
Yeah, that's why I had my story time set up the important sets and the story bits. Okay, so we're gonna go to over here.
Okay. Are you going to discuss anything before you get there?
This contract, this imp.
That is if she's completely honest.
It's true,
I
but
mean, you looked like you tasted the foulest thing in the world. I mean, it was fairly obvious, unfortunately. You were
Yes,
detecting
unfortunately.
something evil. But,
just
yeah, I mean,
it's
That,
got
I
to
don't
be
know,
something absolutely.
it's most likely that she's telling the truth.
that truth spell of yours, it may come in handy. Find out more about that contract.
I don't think she needs to be,
I didn't
I
say
don't
we
think
would
she needs
ask
to be
her.
charmed.
Look,
True.
I'm going to be honest with you. The reason I called out to you know who last night was to try to acquire something.
Was that?
Basically, I wanted to find out whether or not I could get hold of Peachy's holy symbol.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at what
Are
price?
you saying this within earshot of Ez?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
The only way to help him is to consecrate that holy symbol.
We know that. But he said it's in Ravenloft.
Why else do you think I was trying to find out where exactly in Ravenloft it could be?
So you did something stupid like you called the big boss.
Easiest way to find out.
It's also the easiest way to get killed, and then who saves him?
Here's a secret you may not know about deals. In order to get something, you would have to give up something.
I know.
Well, what do you have to give up? I have a
What do you
sneaking
think he'd
suspicion.
want? What do you think he'd want? Told him no.
Do you really want to?
You see Irina's hand just shoot to the handle of her rapier as she's glaring at Sir Alain.
You really?
Tell
I can't
me,
believe you even entertained that thought.
I wouldn't have. This player just gonna try and pull part from his chainmail so he can expose his chest slightly. If you want to do it, do it.
I don't want to, Elaine. But don't give me a reason I will need to. What you did was stupid and reckless.
And recklessly stupid.
I'm just gonna kind of put the chainmail back at this point.
If you come up with those ideas, tell them to someone. Tell them to one of us. At the worst, we will beat common sense back into you. But at the best, we might find a way to use your idea in a way you might not have been considering.
Agreed.
Okay. But this time now you have reached the wagon. What do you do?
We're gonna look for the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Perceptions. Where is Irina's perception?
Rictavio?
Can roll one for S2, I guess.
Yeah, true. And
Oh, if only that had been with advantage.
Irina can't see shit. She is furious at Alain right now, and I have lost Ez's character sheet.
oh, she'd.
Did you just say "oh sheet"?
You can't prove it.
I'm recording this. Alright.
You
You
can't
all
prove it yet.
have a look around, but you see no sign of the bard.
Now, it may be time to have a quick chat with the cat.
I would send. What? Well, no. Might actually be worth it. Yeah.
Also, I have a suspicion.
Oh, do tell.
I'm wondering about, They did say that they had never seen the cat of that vampire hunter, did they?
Well, no.
Does?
What if the vampire hunter didn't need a cat because he spent some time as one?
Hmm.
You think he's a shapeshifter?
It's certainly possible. And for some reason, people turning into animals has been on my mind lately.
Irina just kind of looks guiltily away.
It's at least a very interesting
So,
theory, but still.
you think he turned into the saber cat?
It's a possibility. Maybe, maybe not.
But he was with us when we talked to the cat last time.
Oh,
Yes.
it may not be Rictavio himself. They may be partners.
That does make a strange amount of sense, to be honest.
So, Zabana,
So, yeah.
would you be able to change form?
To what end?
Well, if we could find some way of getting you inside there, would you be able to talk to the beast?
Oh, I think I could talk to it from the outside as well.
But if he tries to uphold his charade,
I'm pretty sure
he
my
would give you silly answers.
so as far as I know, my spell will penetrate the caravan's outer wall.
But won't he know that he's forced to tell the truth?
Will it matter?
Exactly.
Well,
I believe we have a plan, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. So how do you want to go about this?
I'm going to get close to the wall of the caravan and cast a spell.
wouldn't it have been wiser for me to check first if there's
Yes.
the cat in sight?
That's a great idea. I love it.
Rice is climbing up on top of the caravan,
Okay.
and he's gonna check with a little bit of light if the cat's still in there.
Rule me an investigation.
All right. It's not the best. No, I have no idea.
You remember Rictavo opening a hatch on the top of this, but you can't seem to find the catch for it.
God damn it! Right.
Could you guys just help me up there? Maybe I can find it.
No. This is. I need to find. Right, lock. All right, hatch. You better open. No, it doesn't open. Plus,
The
it's hard
wood
to intimidate
lies
the
there.
lock.
As you glare at the grain, you start to see the likeness of a face, and the face looks unimpressed.
Well, if I.
Yes, could you lift me up right quick?
Let me see. Maybe I can see it.
Is an arena help
Just
you up?
blind.
Thank you.
Great. Now there's two of us up here.
Hello.
You can't find it either.
Look,
Hmm.
if I were building this, where would I put the catch?
Let's see. Irina is going to clamber up the side a little bit.
If I were designing this thing, where would I put the catch?
Good.
Of course, on the other side of the hinge.
It's pretty slick down. To be truly honest, insight wouldn't really be doing much for you on this. Let's see. Let's get.
Oh, give me at least something to work with.
Uh,
You're even worse.
okay.
I'm just
I
gonna.
would- I
Irina
Wouldn't-
as Irina climbs up to have a look, she slips and falls, knocking the wagon. And as it knocks, you can see the little handle that is flush with the roof jiggle upwards.
Thank you for this mercy.
Of course.
Irina takes 3 points of damage as she hits herself on the way down.
I'm just kind of keeping away from Arena at this point.
Well,
That was a good
I
idea.
should-
So she is like
I should put-
swearing to herself right now.
Well, I open the hatch now that I can see it.
All right.
Alain, would you be so kind? Oh,
No. First, I need
First
to
check. First check.
see.
Sorry.
one step after the other. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
Oh, God damn
Would you like to roll for severity on that?
it.
Yep, cat's there. Monarch!
All right. I have some
Hold on.
very nice things to tell Reister, but first I'm waiting on that D100. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, you attempt to look over Reister's shoulder, but as he opens the hatch, it flings some loose sand into your eyes. You are mildly
Ah.
irritated.
Ugh. And right past the glasses. How does it possible?
Monarch, watch where you're flailing around.
All right.
Same.
Reister, you peer in. You had a quick glance at the cat before, whenever you were having a look around the wagon. It's different now. The cat is now wearing armor. It appears to be a custom suit of well-made armor, shielding its breast and back and head. And scattered around the bottom of the wagon is a few dolls that were once wearing colourful garb with patterns you recognise of Vistani origin.
Battle cats now. Ready to fight Vistani.
Someone has fabulous secret powers, huh?
Don't know what you're talking about.
I recommend we find somewhere to wait and watch.
That might be dangerous.
Well,
Well,
I don't have.
but I want to get down from this thing.
Make sure to close the hatch.
Of course. Plonk.
So we're abandoning talking to it, or what?
I would say, based on what you saw in there, it's pretty obvious what's going on.
I am not a big fan of assumptions.
Well,
This
we
cat
can
is
say-
being trained to fight Vistani.
Fair. Still,
So
I
it's,
think maybe the cat could tell us a little bit more about it either way.
I'm not certain that what we would hear would be helpful.
Agreed.
It might, if it is from Richten, from rigor mortis, then it's clearly he's clearly on the warpath with the Vistani. He's going kill the Vistani, kill the Vistani. He's not going to reason. And I don't know if any of your magic would be able to help regain his senses, Sir Alain.
We could ask the cat if
Yes, and if it's the cat, from what I gathered from your conversation last time, it's pretty single-minded
Okay,
from
if
what you told me.
if you want to spend all day around,
It's what we usually do. Stake out.
don't say it stake too loud near the cat.
But if you want to talk to the cat and spend your spell on it,
I will have a quick chat with it.
I mean, again, I doubt you'll get much out of it.
Could be confirmation at least. Anyway,
If he wants to try,
Then
let
Zabornik-
it try, Rysta. You never know.
Yes, of course.
So Zabornik is going to open the hatch back up and go like,
hello, friend.
Big turtle. Big turtle back.
Yes, hello. How are you today?
Hungry.
How come has he not fed you yet?
Oh. Only junk. Only false food.
False food, no meat, huh?
No.
Does that happen often?
No. Cat is actually acting like really hurt right now. Just like,
Has this happened before?
no.
I see you have some new toys. Did he give you them?
False food. Smell of meat, no meat.
I see. Did he say anything about why he put all that stuff on you? It seems heavy.
It is.
Oh, my poor dear. You know, I have to say, if this stuff smells like food but isn't food, maybe nothing that looks like that is food at all, you know?
Sometimes has food. But no food today. Turtle give
But
food? At this point, he's now like standing up on his back haunches and like, you know, that little half-hearted pawing the cats do? He's kind of like doing that towards the hatch.
A little bit of begging.
I believe I still should have a ration in there somewhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna throw down the ration.
Alright then. As you toss the ration in, he lunges for it, and I would like anyone who's currently standing on the wagon to do a dexterity save.
Oh,
Alright. Zabornik, you manage to grab on to the hatch. Reister, you lose your footing and slip, but manage to catch yourself before you fall to the ground.
Look at how happy he is.
You're playing with an armored large cat.
Which is now not going to be so hungry anymore. So much in the mood to hunt people. And you're welcome.
Thank you, and we need to find Ricky.
Yes, hold on. Getting to that. So, friend, did he tell you anything about when he would be back?
No. Small man come, small man leave.
When was the last time he let you out?
Long time. No hunt. Not to hunt.
What do you usually hunt when you get to?
Deer, wolves, bad men.
Oh, tell me more about those bad men.
Men with pointy sticks. Scare deer. Don't want hunt deer. They stop me hunt deer, I hunt them.
I see. Say, friend, we are friends now, aren't we?
I like turtle for now.
Could you do us a favor?
Like, tilts his head at you.
If he wants you to hunt something that looks a lot like the toys that he gave you, could you maybe wait a little while? Just to see if maybe those are false food too, and they may be really tough to chew and break your teeth, and we don't want that, right?
But big, colorful men, juicy. Fresh meat.
Yes, but what if these are decoys too?
Decoy?
Oh, like the things in your cage. They look real, but they are not.
Fake food!
Yeah, you don't want that, right?
It looks contemplating, and he starts nudging one of the scraps that has, like, a shred of dried meat still stuck to it. Want to hunt?
Tell you what, we'll soon come back for you, and maybe we can take you out to get you some food and maybe a bit of a hunt too, okay?
Hunt is good.
Okay, my friend. And
What
enjoy
happened?
the bit of food that I gave you, and, have yourself a good day, okay?
Want run. Want hunt.
Soon, my friend. I can tell you're a good cat.
I like turtle. I won't eat turtle. For now.
Thank you very much. Very appreciated.
He just kind of curls back up and starts pawing at the colourful dolls again.
Okay, and Zabornik closes the hatch back up.
So what were you two talking about?
Well, we have some confirmation that he uses those dolls to train him to hunt Vistani.
Could have told you that, and I
Excuse me?
that's his size.
It sounds like
Cut out a
Reister
bit
fell
there,
down a
could-
well.
It's just that I kind of got that, and I don't have any big knowledge in dealing with animals.
I also tried to persuade him to maybe hold off on the next hunt, and I told him we would come back with more food. Because again, if he is fed well, he may be less lethal
Willing
to some
hunt,
others.
Yeah.
You know how cats get. When they're full, they can get sleepy.
You're trying to
Oh, geez, God has lost its omniscience.
That was, Ez has just been walking around the cart. Because she hasn't seen the cart before. She didn't know there was a cat in here. He's never told her about it.
I feel like it would have come up on the way, but okay.
No one tell me about this. Anyway, so she's like looking around the cart. So do you think your friend may be hiding things here? If not back home?
Yeah, I figure we should check the undercarriage.
Zabornik, I told you I'm not interested.
Of the cart.
Oh,
So could somebody help me down?
yeah, I'm gonna lend you.
Thank you.
Come on, I'll catch you.
Are you sure about
I'm
that,
gonna-
Sir Elaine?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go for it.
I'm going to
Turtles
grab some
fall,
rope.
Elaine dies.
I'm going to use some rope so that
I would say between the three of you, you're able to
kind of
assist
grappled
Zabornik
down.
down with no issues.
Ooh,
I would hate to kill a fellow character like that.
yeah,
I would have found it hilarious. But anyway,
yeah. Fault for so strange a reason on Ez, as is noted. Or playing a pancake. No. No, 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 no. We don't want that to happen. So,
All I can say to being pancaked is, oh crap.
creature, if you please.
Hold on.
Thank you.
He's trying to make me cough now.
No, 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 no.
We're not honest.
We're just trying to keep this entertaining.
I could hear the smirk on your face, Sephi. Anywho.
That's just permanent.
So Ez is circling the cart, basically looking it up and down. Just giving it really suspicious looks, but she doesn't appear to spot anything out of the ordinary.
I'm just trying to kind of keep out of arm's reach.
I'm going to investigate it, and because thief should be able to see the spots where you would usually hide.
All right.
Or I don't need my investigation.
Reister, you have a quick think back to the time when you were dealing with a smuggler, and you remember that he had false bottoms and false seats in his wagon. So you start to walk around and knock at certain places where the wheels would usually be in the structure, and you find there is actually a compartment under the seat.
Looks like I've struck gold. Knock, knock. Hollow ring. Looks like someone's been sitting on an empty space. Let's see if I can figure out how to open it.
Okay. Now that you've spotted it, you can see it's very easily accessed by pressing and sliding a wooden panel.
Just doing it for the flair now.
Alright.
So it seems like I'm not doing anything until...
Yep.
That would be rather stealth, but still.
Sleight of hand works too. Basically, you do a little bit of distraction with your fingers, and the others don't quite see how you've opened it, but it's now open.
Well, looky here.
Alright. There's a number of things in here. The first thing that you can see at the forefront is a small wooden box.
Wonder if that's where he keeps his marbles.
Okay.
Let's open the box and in a fashion that it doesn't look like it had been opened.
You open up the box, and it appears to be a coffer. There is a big handful of electrum pieces and 6 brightly coloured gemstones.
All right, that'll be just. I'll just put it to the side.
All right.
After all,
You go.
That's not what I'm after. So I'm looking even further.
All right. You go
Can
rummaging.
I do an
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
So can I do an arcana check on the stones?
You can. You sense nothing magical from the stones, but you do sense a slight magical aura from somewhere in the cavity.
It's whether it's something of a cavity.
Of the wagon. There's still stuff in there.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, never mind.
I don't think there's a cavity in the
I
anymore.
don't know. It seems to have something made.
Cat friend, do you have cavities?
What?
Your teeth okay?
Teeth sharp. Good for hunt. Want to hunt.
Alright. Soon.
All
I suspect there's some kind of magical device inside the caravan.
Well, let me see what else I can find.
Okay.
And I'm doing this in the stealthiest way possible, as not to attract too much attention from the people running around, rummaging around.
Well, this wagon is kind of parked around the back of some warehouses, so there's nobody really around to see this.
Well, in
You-
that case, I would just make certain that I remember where things were. Though that would be a stealth check when I put everything back together.
All right. So then, the next thing you grab, you reach in, it appears to be a small leather green bound book.
Wonder if it's any good.
You flicking through it?
Carefully opening it. Not very careful.
Okay, you open up the book and wisdom save. No, I'm only joking. It's a. It appears to be a prayer book, and you can see that it is covered with notes in the margins.
Kill the Vistani, kill the rabbit.
No,
What?
it appears to be mostly shorthand and code. You can't read it.
Are you certain I can't?
Yes.
Do, do, do.
Well,
Let
Alright.
me have a quick look.
I mean, I speak Elvish, I speak Dwarven, Deep Scanned. Okay, I can read that. Should be my guess. Just don't earmark it more than I, unfortunately.
Okay. What would I need to roll?
It is written in common. However, it does appear to be in a personal shorthand. At a few points,
Right.
you can see it's underlining parts of spells, making notes of components, but the notes are indecipherable. You couldn't even begin to figure them out.
Would I be able? I was going to say, would I be able to tell from the spell components is highlighted?
Mostly, it's blessings and wards.
What's
Seems to
it?
mostly be.
Had the mic up. Sorry about that.
Yeah, as hand the book back to Rystar. As far as I can tell, it's mostly holy spells.
Well, what makes sense for that profession?
It's nothing out of the ordinary you would find at most chapels.
It's fairly common. So
As I said, it wouldn't be surprising for the profession. Let's see what else is in.
As you
And with that,
reach in
and I
again,
put the book on the side, basically trying to place it on the coffer a little bit.
okay. As you reach in again, you pull out a small bag that you recognize as a healer's kit, because Irina carries one. Okay.
Still, I should check the inside, see what's in there. Actually, could be that he's reusing the bag for something else.
Okay, you peek inside and you see what you would expect. There appears to be some bandages, a few pulses, and herbal mixes to stop bleeding. Looks very similar to the kit that Irina has. So you're pretty sure it's legit.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like it's different. Okay, put that to the side.
Okay.
Next item, please.
The next item, you bring out a small tray which has 3 wooden holy symbols inlaid with silver in a shape of a sunburst.
One of them most like the symbol of the
It is, yes. Irina taps her necklace.
Yeah.
Although hers is a little bit golden with silver traces around it. But it's the same symbol.
Yeah. So,
Are you reaching
but
in
you
again?
said there were 3. You were saying 3 symbols there.
They're all the same.
Ah, okay. Looks like it's the outfit for vampire hunters for us. Yes, next item.
The next item, as you reach in, could you roll me a D100?
Alright, I'm going to hurt myself, most likely. 23.
Okay. You reach in and your hands graze something metal. You recognize this
Ow.
feeling, so you gently probe with your finger until you manage to find a hilt and to grasp. And you pull out a silvered short sword.
You look familiar. I have one of those too.
You sound very excited about that, Reister.
That's impressive that someone else has one of those as well.
Congratulations, my friend. You now have 2.
No, this isn't mine. Remember?
Not yet.
Would you like the guy who kills innocent people to keep it?
No, but it
Then
is.
it is yours.
It is not mine yet.
Yeah,
Okay,
maybe
I
evidence.
can't just go about and steal other people's things in broad daylight.
Look, we're not stealing this stuff, we're confiscating it.
Look, I appreciate it, but we might need to find more, because as of right now, we have no solid evidence that he's the man we're looking for.
I'm just saying, when he comes back, we may want to be holding this stuff for him.
Understood, but for right now, it is not mine. Plus,
Then
it
we
might
have
be
an
useful. Plus, it might be useful if 2 people have silver.
Fair enough. Anyway, we are all in agreement that we're not going to put this back, right?
No, we should put it back.
We should put it back so he doesn't suspect us. And then we catch him on the verge of committing the act.
Honestly, I'd rather disarm him if we are going to confront him, but if you want to make it look like we're not here, I suppose that makes sense.
Yeah. By the way, Sir Alain, you said you had. Would happen to be the sword, would it?
Sorry, I didn't hear that, Carp. I didn't. You cut out of me.
No problem. You wouldn't say it could be the sword that's been the magical thing you felt earlier.
It
Would
is
it?
not.
I wouldn't say so, no.
All right.
The magic you feel
Then
is
let's-
pretty faint. So it's not an
Right.
active magical item just yet.
All right. So let's see what else we can find in here.
Okay. You reach in, and the next thing you pull out is something that is wrapped in a heavy tarp.
Gee, I wonder what that is. And then I start unraveling the tarp
As
carefully.
you unravel it, a bundled, a little tied together bundle of crossbow bolts with silvered heads flops up to the seat next to you, and the main bundle itself appears to be a hand crossbow with a mother of pearl handle.
Someone's gone for silver. As Arena, I think you should keep your hands off that.
I couldn't hear a word you said.
Sorry, had I blown it out with the whistle?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
As Irina, I don't think this is something you should hold.
What makes you think that?
Let's just say that I might have noticed that it has a slight allergy to silver.
What's that got to do with it? It's made of pearl.
Yes. But if you have to grab the bolts and you grab them at the wrong end,
I see your point.
don't want you to burn yourselves.
The point is the point.
No, there's no point. There's a bolt. Anyway, the main tool. Well, and then let's see what else is in here.
Okay.
Do I have to make certain that I don't topple over into the compartment?
Yeah, you have to basically reach far in now. As you feel around, you feel there's only one more thing. And as you pull it out, it appears to be a sizable leather case with gold buckles.
Vampire killing kit, here we go. I suppose it's not blocked.
It is not. It is just buckled close.
Alright, let me carefully open it.
Okay, you...
Don't want to disturb the items inside.
You unbuckle it and unroll it, and you can see each in its own little compartment. Buttoned down is 3 sharpened wooden stakes, a sack of garlic, a jar of salt, a box of holy wafers, 6 vials of water, which you assume is holy water, a polished steel mirror, and a bone scroll tube with a silver stopper. Alain,
like
you
we found
recognize
the
that
magical
that
item.
is where the magical aura is coming from.
I suspect that scroll could be the magical item.
Ah. Yeah, considering that it's in a scroll holder, yeah. Kind of likely.
Let's find out what it is.
Okay. You opening the scroll?
Doesn't reading the scroll actually cast the spell?
There is a way to. You would have to actually read the entirety of the scroll to pass the spell. To cast the spell. Most spell scrolls you know of usually have a title or a header to identify the scroll.
Alright, then at least we should be able to tell what this is.
Gee,
Don't read it all, okay?
whatever could it be?
Whoever is having a look at the
Sure.
scrolls, please to roll an Arcana check.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's turned undead.
No.
Okay, so
Whiskers?
you have a quick scan down these, and you recognize these. You've seen these before in the monastery. They are a spell scroll of protection from fiends and a spell scroll of protection from undead.
Protection from fiends, protection from undead.
That could be useful.
Yes. Well, what do you think we should do? I mean, we should probably stick by the cart. Just in
Agreed.
case he comes around.
I believe we, our plan still is to, like, put the Ivan thing under his umbrella, right?
Pretty much.
That he is a convenient scapegoat, yes.
Then we may actually want to fetch a guard so we can have him be caught in the act trying to kill innocent people.
The thing is, guards only important to the city. They don't necessarily care what's happening outside the gates.
True, but if we believe this is the man who, she holds up her fingers and does like air quotes, killed Isaac, that might be something they'd be willing to act on.
Yeah, but they might be a little bit too...
Look, here's the thing. If he is that missing vampire hunter, he must be able to change his appearance, right?
Indeed. And we can't be certain that the guard we fetch isn't actually him.
That seems unlikely, but what I'm thinking is if we can unmask him in front of a guard, that would certainly raise some questions.
You mean dispel his disguise?
If it is magical, yes.
Can
Wipe
magic
away
do that?
the disguise?
Well, magic can do all kinds of things.
Yes, it's actually something that I've learned recently. To disguise myself. Yeah.
Ez just kind of leans around the wagon looking at you.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't disguise myself as someone competent with bow and arrow.
Irina kind of gives you like an amused
Nice, huh?
smile. And
Yeah.
I was just about to say, I say to Rice, maybe not the best idea.
Look, I'm at least acknowledging my flaws. Some people have tried ignoring them for the longest part, but let's not dwell on that too much anymore. We've addressed our flaws.
I suppose I owe you an apology for that. I may have been a little bit too harsh on you. But anyway, What are we doing with these things?
Well, I wouldn't be. We shouldn't give him the benefit of being able to fight. Yeah, we should. It's tricky because if he's using magic to disguise himself, which would be more convincing than using just a disguise kit.
The
Yeah,
thing is,
breaking that illusion.
we have the guards on our side. We have the necessary documents. Basically, if we are certain that we have the right guy, all we need to do is get them here, catch him when he gets back to his cart, and say, "Look, hidden compartment, disguised man, look at us dispelling his disguise." Would an innocent man do that? Probably not.
Yeah, but you remember that the guards wouldn't mind us taking a lot longer at covering everything.
Yeah, but if we officially say, "Look, we may have him," they kind of have to act.
Anyway, I have no good idea on how we can do this.
Any other suggestions?
Well, what we have now is either ambush him here at the cart, tell the guards, or try and expose him. Which one do you think we'd be better at?
Alain,
I
has
don't
any
know.
input?
Quite frankly, darling, I feel like jumping him in his sleep would probably be the best option. But, you know, don't shit where you sleep.
Sir Alain, I was referring to my shortcomings, not yours. If that is any help.
Not that.
Alain is looking around. Has Alain fucked off again?
No, I'm just moved. I just moved a few steps away.
Alright then. She nearly has a small panic for a moment and then realizes she just leans round and sees you're further in behind the wagon and relax slightly.
Well, I think getting him to expose himself would be the best option.
And for that, we would have to allow him to have his items and not suspect we've been here.
Precisely.
So
Are there any guards competent enough to follow him covertly if we told them to?
you've seen the force here,
Yeah.
but yeah. Let me actually do a check. That would be. What do you think it would be? Nicola,
To know whether the guards would be able to follow him?
whether the guards would be able to be a little bit stealthy to follow him, to track him.
Honestly, you've only seen the armoured guards at the gates. You don't know what other type of guards there are in this town.
No,
If
we've
there
seen
are-
guards in the street as well.
Yeah, that's the the usual armoured guard.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they have anyone who's. But the armored guards, I don't think so. I mean, you've heard them. They're not necessarily the stealthiest.
There's one more thing to consider.
What's that?
Can we
Plus,
maybe...
plus, we've been told he's a pretty good fighter. Pretty good with the sword, so it might be a little bit tricky. Depending on how skilled those people are, even if we find someone who's willing to follow our plan.
What I'm worried about is there any way to do this without endangering that cat?
That is unfortunately, if we involve the guards, the cat will be discovered.
That is my problem with this.
So we kind of need to take this into our hands. And then unfortunately have to say that that justice has come swiftly.
If we're worried about the cat, maybe we could move the cat?
How? Trick.
Okay. At this point, out of character, is there a way to detach the cage from the rest of the?
No, it is all part of one wagon. However, it is a wagon. It could very easily attach a horse to it.
The thing is, then we are losing the hidden compartment as evidence.
True. This is just a suggestion Arena's come out with. I'm rolling for her, and she's.
I wouldn't be surprised if we could ask Vistani for a little bit of help for one of their wagons.
Oh, that's good thinking.
Could always try.
I mean, it's.
We may have to split up though, because somebody needs to keep an eye on this.
Yes.
I can do that.
Be...
It's Ez, is that?
Keep an eye or alert the Vistani?
I can watch this, the cut.
Because I think you may be the best negotiator when it comes to these people.
Yeah.
That is true. I did have a very captive audience, didn't I, Arena? Yes.
I'll stay and look after the cat.
With all due respect, it should be more than one of us.
I mean, I would be capable of, but I think I might be as well useful.
Actually, I may want to stay behind, considering.
Yeah, but you knew how to charm the.
Yeah, I don't want to risk being around when if that guy remembers that I got the truth out of it anyway.
Who says it was the truth? We never learned that. Though it felt like it.
Okay, plan. Alain and I stay here and guard the wagon. The rest of you goes and fetches the Vistani to get us another wagon to transport the tiger, and then we alert the guards and wait for Victavia. Something like that. Somebody help me here.
This sounds very, very. So many things that can go wrong.
If you got something better, be my guest.
Perhaps we best leave the cat here. Maybe.
At least for now.
We still don't know if this man, the bard, is this Van Richten in disguise, or if he's just a partner. Perhaps that's something we should confirm. Maybe I don't know.
Yes, it might actually be smarter to. Don't necessarily to throw the child out with the bathwater.
Okay, let's just stay and wait for him.
Well, time for me to stealthily survey the lands for a place where we can all hide.
Do an investigation check.
No.
You're in an alley behind a few warehouses. You don't see much places you could go bar the roof, and you don't think Zabornik would get up there very easily.
No offense, but I don't think we would be able to hide in here. I mean, not unless Zabornik wants to go and sit in with the tiger. Then again, from what you told, he's a little bit hungry.
Yes, I may be chewy, but I'm not a chew toy.
Yeah.
If only you were a little smaller, Zabornik, we could have helped you up.
Come to think about it.
What?
I haven't done this for a while, but Yeah.
What are you suggesting?
okay. In a moment, I won't be able to talk much, so just carry me up, okay?
What are you...
I think it's a druidic power.
It is. Okay, he goes. This is gonna be so embarrassing. Okay.
And Zabarnik is now an ordinary turtle.
Oh my god!
It's
That's-
druid's power.
That's both scary and adorable.
I just scoop up Zabarnak at this point.
All right. I think this warehouse should be able to climb it. But,
Could make me athletics checks.
yeah, and I also have this, of course, which is a class feature.
Alright.
No. Sir Alain, could you throw me a rope, please?
Yeah, Alain gets
Okay.
up there quite handily.
I just lower down the rope for everyone else.
Irina managed to keep pace with you, and she's up there as well, helping you with the rope. With 8 of the rope, Reister and Ez are able to be pulled up. These are all now crouched on the roof of the warehouse.
Anyone know how long Bonnick's gonna be a turtle?
She is
I'm
kind of adorable.
Yeah. Reminds me of my small turtle, Cassiopeia.
You had a pet turtle.
At one time, yeah. Don't ask. It's a tragic story.
That sounds rather depressing.
Looking back, it is. So don't let us dwell on that. By the way, that's actually true for the player. I had a pet turtle by the name of Cassiopeia.
Aww. Bloody Luigi says precious turtle grandma cinnamon roll. Alright, so at this stage of the day, it is probably the better, it is probably close to noon.
Anyone coming?
Not that you can see. You see a few people moving around over here, around the general shop, but no sign of Rictavo at this time of day.
Usual. Would have expected him to check up at least on his.
We don't know
Is
when
that
the last time
no?
he checked
That's
was.
not him. Well,
We don't know
given
when the
given
last
that
time.
he had,
Go on, you were saying?
no, you were talking.
Oh, okay. So we
Last
don't
time.
know when the last time he checked on him was.
Yeah,
Last time it was at night.
yeah. We could be up here for hours.
Are we willing to stay here for hours?
I mean, if necessary, I will stake out this place. You need me to.
Alright then, I guess we're staying.
But if you want to go, then by all means.
Well, we
Be my
may as well
guest.
stick together. And Irina returns to gently patting the tiny turtle head. Okay then, so over the course of the next few hours, what is each team member doing?
I'm just kind of
Sorry. First.
I'm just kind of staring off into space, sort of.
I'm keeping a close watch on the road below, on the alleyway below, trying to see someone on the card, trying to figure out if that might be our guy.
Okay. Zabornik?
Zabornik is just eating some leaves she found. That they are way bigger.
Doesn't let me check something real quick. Alright, so as you're sitting there, Irina and Ez have kind of shuffled off to another corner of the roof where they can still see the cart. They appear to be having a low conversation.
Zabornik slowly comes closer to listen in.
Roll a stealth check.
Not
With
really.
advantage because you're
Yeah.
small. Alright.
That would be 15.
You manage to get close to them. And you can hear that Ez is essentially explaining how to use some of the Blood Hunter abilities. Basically talking about how to channel power through wounding herself. Irina looks a little bit...
Hurt?
not so much hurt. It's like that twisted sense of morbid fascination, but knowing that you shouldn't really be looking at this kind of thing.
That. Okay.
On the other hand, how long does your wild shape last?
I looked it up. I haven't seen any limits on it.
Is that 3.5 then? Let's see.
Yeah.
Need to look that up real quick.
I'll check two again.
There it is. Here's here 4. Yeah, no time limit.
Yep.
Oh, no, wait, here we are.
Hmm?
You're level 6, right?
Yep.
Okay. So, after you've been sitting there for about 3 hours, with Irina and Ez have had their heads together whispering, suddenly a Zabornik pops up between them.
Hi. Sorry. I'm gonna be over there.
They both look like they have had heart attacks. Just like, where did you come from?
I think I fell asleep. It happens. I'm old. Goodbye.
Huh.
My god.
So that's how long it lasts.
For reference, you can stay in your beast shape for a number of hours equal to half your druid level rounded down.
Hadn't found that. Thank you.
You revert to your normal form unless you expend another use of this feature. Or you can choose to come out of it early.
Mm-hmm. She could do that the entire time, but she didn't want the rest of them to know that.
I was just really hoping you would have been clambering on top of someone when you came back, but... Alright.
Yes.
I say, Alain notices and he does start. Again, wheels are turning in his head.
3 hours. Almost to the point.
Shush you.
Is that... No. Huh?
I could do it longer, but I'm out of practice.
That's what she said.
Yes, she being me.
Yes.
Certainly a useful ability.
Oh, you have no idea.
Yeah.
Can you only turn into a smaller version of yourself?
Yeah, I could do other things. Mostly animals I've seen somewhere, but way more comfortable this way.
You mean
How about
you could turn into the
Hurts.
cat?
Hmm, that one may be a little bit large at this point.
mm,
Oh, although I could give it a try.
you could turn into a husky? That would be interesting. Getting where others can't go.
Just let me double check here. I need to see this.
See, you guys, this is exactly the reason why I wasn't doing this sooner.
Mm.
Did you do this once and everybody's like, oh, can you do this? Can you do that? Can you turn into a swarm of flies? Can you turn into a fish? And then you're basically a circus animal for the rest. It's always the same thing.
No. I was thinking about strategic abilities. I'm not thinking about exploiting your skill.
You're not thinking about exploiting my skill, you're just thinking of using it, okay?
Yes, I'm not thinking about exploiting it in a commercial sense. If you would prefer me to specify that.
Nyeh.
I was kind of hoping I'd be able to do the same thing.
What, turn it into a circus animal?
No, just... It doesn't matter.
I see where you're coming from. Were you thinking crow or sparrow?
I was thinking more of a bat, but...
That's a little bit cliche in this land, I would suspect.
Quite possibly is.
Certainly be good for intelligence gathering. Who'd like to see another bat around here?
Well, I'm fairly certain someone would bet an eye at this.
That was a terrible pun, Reister.
Didn't even recognize I was making one.
Hold the fuck up. What does she get from me with a 10?
It truly wasn't a joke. It wasn't a pun that was intended on the character's part. On the player's part, maybe.
Alright. So, you sit and discuss, throwing about random ideas of how you could make use of Zabornik's wild shape. Some suggestions Zabornik is not happy about.
To be true, turning her into a flea circus was a stupid idea, yeah.
Look, I'm just not comfortable without a shell.
I suppose that makes sense.
So we could turn you, so you would be okay with turning into a crustacean, but not turning into a cat.
More or less.
What about one of those giant spiders?
Well, that's it's a bit of a border case. I mean, they have an exoskeleton.
Plus, I fear that with the size, even Sonic would stretch herself a little thin.
It would be a small giant spider.
I was just thinking we use the web to capture Victavo.
See,
You
literally want me to pull things out of my ass. I'm not going to do that.
Even Ryza got told in the laughter. That's a giggle snort. And
So-
we're killing the DM again.
So Alain's just his face is absolutely stone. He's being completely serious.
Oh, Ez has lost her shit. She's hanging herself laughing.
Okay, you don't even need to roll deception.
As you are
Good point.
continuing the conversation along this line, the day draws on. You end up sharing out one of your rations so you don't have to leave the warehouse. And eventually night does fall. And you see a figure at the end of the alley. wrapped in
on.
a travelling cloak and heading towards the wagon.
You see a figure, still mint in box.
Really?
No, he's mint in cloak. I know, terrible joke, still. We got company.
Is it
Me? Where? Oh. Oh, hello.
As you watch, the figure is clambering up the wagon. He opens up the hatch and pulls out from under his cloak another brightly dressed doll. This time, this one has a large raw stake around its neck. He drops it in. And you see the wagon start to shake, and you hear the growls of the cat as it starts to rip apart the doll and eat the meat. The figure closes the hatch, starts to clamber down.
So do we.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna control myself and not jump on him.
That would be a little bit of an overkill at this point.
Alright then. If you are trying to ambush him or go down slowly, I would need everyone to make an athletics check.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. Alright. Let's see what Arena does. Oh, sweet Jesus Christ. Okay.
At least no one rolled a 1.
So,
No one's falling on right stuff.
Sir Alain deftly hops down a drain pipe and stands in the alley. Oh wait, I forgot to roll for Ez. Where's Ez?
Have I just become like Batman at this point?
Probably.
No, you're Wolfman.
Close enough.
Aru.
And Ez scrambles down behind you, as does Reister. Zabornik and Arena are the last on the roof. Arena has helped Zabornik to her feet, but this is the first time Zabornik has stood on the roof. You hear a crack as the wood of the roof starts to break and give way, as Arena and Zabornik start to stumble and fall through a hole in the roof. Oh god damn it. You don't
You've been
fall
waiting
into
on
the
that.
warehouse. It was a lean-to roof that was going over a loading type bay. And you haven't fallen entirely through. Zabornik has now been stuck with her shell, with her little legs twitching, and Arena is just kind of caught next to you.
Heavy. Oh. Oh, dear. Oh.
Are you alright,
You guys
Zabornik?
go ahead. Dear, Been a while since this has happened to me, too.
Sabonik's gonna try to pull herself out. What do I roll for that?
Yeah, you go for a strength check.
Strength.
Arena is going to assist, because right now her leg is kind of caught next to your shell. Yeah, you
That's oh no.
roll for severity. Jesus Christ.
Whom is she gonna fall on to?
Oh, no!
Whom
Okay,
is she gonna hit?
Arena. At this point now, Arena's leg has been trapped, just basically pinched by your shell and in this hole. As you attempt to get yourself out, you wriggle and twist so that you just fall through. Arena, who'd been attempting to help you, falls on top of you. You are now lying in a heap, and you both take 4 points of bludgeoning damage. You were not stealthy at all. The figure is now looking your way.
But aren't we in the building now?
No, you're
Loading
outside.
dock.
It was an overhanging roof over a loading bay.
Okay.
I'm just kind of I'm sort of okay. Go with the Batman thing. I'm just kind of trying to make most of the shadows.
you're Batman, does that make me Robin?
I suppose so.
So what, are you just basically trying to loom over the figure?
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
I would normally
mean, I
say
can-
roll this with disadvantage because of the scene going on behind you, but you did roll rather high.
Irina, can you promise me something?
What?
Promise me you're not a plumber.
I think she hit her head, guys.
Holy
I
Super
get it.
Mario puns, Batman, Wolfman.
To quote Napper, I get it.
Just the absurdity of this fucking scene. I can just picture it now. Alain, Reister, and Ez just kind of hopping down, doing the superhero landing, standing up, and then just the comedic relief in the background. So you're just basically trying to look like a scary dude?
Yeah.
Okay then. The figure starts to
It helps
run.
when you... Reister,
Yes?
aim for his calf.
Hmm?
Short bow, aim for his calf.
You know he has got a good chance that I hit the center of mass, right?
That's true.
Here goes nothing.
in the background, Zabarnik is doing the little pedal that turtles always do when they're on their backs.
Okay then.
And it's a named shot. I'm trying to hit.
Okay, you're aiming specifically for his leg? Alright.
Yes.
So, he's sprinting down the alley and he just skidded to a halt to round the corner, and you see your moment, you hold your breath and let loose your bow, and you strike him square in the calf. He crumples to the ground, swearing and screaming. In the
I just get a
background,
kind of...
Irina is pushing Zabornik over onto her side so she can get up.
Oh, thank you, dearie.
I sprint over and I clamp my hand over his mouth.
Roll strength for a grapple check. And also I'll need your damage for that attack, Reister. Okay.
6.
Just let me roll his strength. Oh, no, you've got him well pinned now.
Rictavo.
Before we go anywhere, I cast Zone of Truth immediately.
Okay.
And I take my hand off his mouth.
Ricky.
What is going on? What are you doing?
Oh,
Does the name what was it again?
Von Richter.
Does the name Von Richter mean anything to you?
No? Look, I know you're a bit annoyed that I can't teach you any bardic magic, but this is a little bit much.
We're trying
Well-
to find someone responsible for the kidnapping of a Vistani girl. What was with you throwing that doll to your tiger?
What are you talking about? The Vistani girl was found. You found her.
Again, we want to know about the doll. Why are you training the
doll,
tiger
no.
to attack the Vistani?
It's just some chew toys for the poor thing.
Just some chew toys, and who's giving you those?
They're just toys. I buy them from the toy maker. Let me go.
At this point, I'm going to
You
pull
do
the arrow
know.
out and use Lay on Hands to cure his 6 damage.
Okay.
So that takes me down to 54.
Alright then. Just give me a quick thing.
Then explain the vampire hunting equipment we found.
That you're storing in your cart.
What?
Kind of stumbled across it.
I would like you to link me the Zone of Truth thing again. real quick?
Certainly. 1 second.
What's your spell save DC?
Spell save
Mm-hmm.
is 14.
Okay then. Just making sure I've got this right. Alright. He kind of looks around your party for a moment. You can see him considering what's going on as he starts to brush himself off. You seem to have gotten a rather violent streak. What's going on?
Well, you tell us. I mean, what's with the vampire hunting kit?
I'm not entirely sure what you're talking about. He's looking around.
2 spell scrolls, one of Repel Fiend, one of Protection from Undead. The 3 wooden stakes, the crossbow with silver bolts, the silver short sword,
Alright,
and
I
the various...
get the point. God damn it.
You guys, yes or no questions?
So,
I get the point. Not in public. Back down the alley. Back down the alley.
Very well.
Like, shoos you to go down there.
are we still in the zone of truth?
The Zone of Truth travels with Sir Alain, I believe.
Yes, it's sent to a point within my choice, but the point is on me at this point, so...
Okay.
Alright. Just want to make certain.
Is Rictavio your real name?
Yes.
Have
Are
you ever...
known? Go ahead.
I was going to ask basically the same, but I was going to go one step in between. Have you ever used any other names?
In the past? Stage names, mostly.
How recently?
So I'm discreetly going to use Lesser Restoration on him, just in case his insanity is preventing him from telling the truth.
He kind of flinches away from your touch. I'd rather you not touch me, friend.
And why?
Quite frankly, you attacked me. I'm not sure why I still haven't run away.
Oh, but you had. Why would you run away from us?
You fell from
After
the
all?
sky and shot me.
Is that the only reason?
You did start running before we shot you.
Yes.
You fell from the sky.
Answer the question, please.
So, why would you need to feel the urge to...
Well, in case
From
you haven't
people.
noticed, it's night and there's not exactly safe in these streets.
True.
Okay, let's
But
make it
you're
clear.
not honest with us.
Are you hiding something from us?
I'm hiding many things from you, my dear. My shoe size, for example.
I wouldn't be
Are-
surprised.
Hmm.
Do you have any prowess in magic?
I know some.
Do you know, say, disguise self?
I can honestly say I do not.
Are you capable of employing other ways of disguising yourself?
Well, I do have a
Won't
nice
expect-
little thing that that makes fake mustaches.
Mm-hmm.
Anything
Have you done?
beyond that?
Perhaps.
Have you done any vampire hunting?
He seems to be thinking quite hard for a moment, and then eventually answers, perhaps.
Yes or no?
Damn spell. Yes!
Ooh. How
Very
very
good.
interesting.
You ever gone by the name of von Richter?
My boy, I've gone by many names.
Answer the question.
I've asked you a question. You better answer it. Or I might confiscate your equipment, and then you would be kind of out of a job, even if you were just holding it for someone else.
I'm
So,
starting to feel
ever?
like you're accusing me of something.
oh no, I just want to make it clear.
Have you gone by that name, yes or no?
Now, you see, my friends,
Have you
Yes.
gone by that name?
I'm starting to think our
No,
goals are
no.
not as
No, no, no,
aligned
no,
as
no,
they
no, no,
were.
no. You answer that question, and with that, I get a little bit in his face and fail miserably.
Hmm.
You tell me now, or
You know what I
or I
want.
get real cross.
I'll tell Mom!
You know what I want you to do.
Ow!
Oh.
Your voice cracks and you slip in the mud.
Ow!
And I just,
okay,
I
my
said to, I
turn.
said to Ixar at this point, look, chances are that if you are indeed a vampire hunter, then you know we have a common enemy.
Common enemy, you say?
Yes, you know who I'm referring to.
Yes. Well, from where I was standing, it looks like you were treating with him. So, why don't you and you filthy spies back off? And as he says that, he points over your shoulder, and you hear a loud crash from behind as the back door to the wagon opens. Richtevo
Ah,
whistles sharply as a flurry of wind kicks up, and he starts sprinting away again. The saber-toothed cat has jumped out of the wagon.
Well,
Spawner.
there goes another spell slot. Speak with animals once again.
Hello, friend. What are you up to?
Time to hunt.
Oh, what are you hunting? Maybe we can help you see.
Meat. As it says
What
that,
kind
it
of
starts
meat?
stalking towards your group.
I just glare at the cat.
Ration. Give me a ration.
Get back in that cart.
All right then. You have made eye
Right,
contact with a cat.
Oh, great.
A hungry cat. It starts approaching you. It's crouched down on its haunches.
This is not a good time to be a martyr.
Because I thought 21 intimidation would have done something.
Give
It
me a
can't
ration.
understand
I'm
you.
going to throw it.
I hand Zabon a ration, but I'm still making myself appear large.
Here, have an appetizer.
And Zabonic just throws the thing in front of the cat's feet.
Okay. Let's see. How much does this one... Alright, goodbye, Teddy. Yeah, it is not distracted by the rations when it sees what it
fresh
wants.
meat.
It still has its eyes locked on Alain as it's lowering its body and crouch walking towards you.
I'll say to Zabana. Let's go to Zabana. Tell him to go back in the cart.
You're glaring at the cat again.
Oh, idea. Zabonic has an idea. This is Zabonic casts Animal Messenger. No, wait, she doesn't. That's not how that spell is. Sure, sorry.
No,
sorry,
that's
sorry,
not
sorry.
it.
I should have taken Conjure Animals in the morning.
Drats, I can't use Charm Person because it's person. It's not a humanoid.
Mm-hmm.
How about... I'm causing a jingling to come from the cart. Maybe that will distract the cat a little bit.
A jingling?
A jingling sound. Like a jingling bell.
Interesting.
Okay. Let me see.
Let's see if it is breaks the gaze.
It has no interest in bells. Irina
So
nudges you. Perhaps a wounded animal.
Alright, let's try this then. And I make the smell of fresh meat appear from behind the cat.
Make it buffalo, I hear that's delicious.
It doesn't matter. As long as it's not human. So yeah,
The
using
cat
that again.
turns and sniffs the air and starts stalking back towards the wagon.
Good. Good. Little animal. A colorful image moves towards the wagon and is trying to hide in there. At least that's how it appears.
Hunt meat. The cat pounces after it and dives into the wagon after it.
Door,
Now
door,
close
door.
the door.
I rush to try and get the door closed.
Okay. Make me a quick strength check.
Oh, strength.
Because in the time it has taken for you to clear it, the saber cat has realized it is a false food and is trying to force its way back through the wagon. Back through the door. And
I rolled an
Sir
at
Alain
20.
manages to slam the door shut. The tiger pushes against it, roaring and shouting, "False food! Hunt!"
Shut up!
And you
Sorry,
manage to
friend.
slam the lock closed.
Gonna get you some real food later. Promise.
Turtle bad! Turtle
No,
promised
you're gonna
hunt!
get- Yeah, but not us. Come on. You're not stupid. You know I wouldn't want you to hunt us.
The wagon is basically being rocking from side to side as the cat is pretty much just throwing a tantrum inside.
Oh, geez, don't come and knock
Oh
on that
dear.
one.
Alright then. What do you do?
Well, I know what I'm gonna do soon. That's gonna go to bed. That's the player talking, not the character.
Yeah.
So, would
Though
you...
the character would probably be along the same lines. Oh, that was something.
Makes sense.
Let's
to
see
head
if
back
we can
in.
still get the guy. Can't be far.
I
Yes.
wonder-
You may be able
Considering
to
that,
track him.
considering that his wares are still here, he didn't get a chance to grab what's inside. After all,
Out of character, we have two werewolves. There's there's basically no way
Yeah.
that we should not be able to hunt them down.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's see. Ez is excited at the prospect of a hunt. And Arena's going to have a look as well. Perception.
Yes, and
Oh,
Okay. Between... with advantage, these two have. So the first one was Ez. Second one was Arena. They have her scent. They have his scent. And just basically lead down the street. And go back into the main thoroughfare. At this time of night, the streets are relatively empty. There's just a few people there. Guards are watching you as you run past, but don't pay much heed as they know your group. And you follow the scent to here. Irina and Ez skid to a halt and start looking around. I've lost the trail.
wonder what. Seeing if there's any trace of him, muddy footsteps or anything.
You're in a main thoroughfare.
Around.
There's far too much foot traffic to be able to differentiate his footsteps.
Given that he has a faster gait, he would be a little bit easier to see,
Again,
but
it's a main thoroughfare. It's churned mud.
yeah.
I'm just going to head to the inn.
Okay.
I would actually... No, let's just head to the inn.
Okay.
If he's smart, he's hiding here.
I think it might be the
I'm just
opposite.
I think he's too panicked at this point.
He's gonna
Right,
pack up.
Gonna make my way. Pretty much make a beeline straight for upstairs.
hey, Danica, did you see Octavio coming here?
Oh, he was here about half an hour ago. He got his usual bits and bobs and went out.
Probably didn't.
Well,
Okay, so
anyone
Elena's
else came in the time?
No. Watchables stumbled about, but they're gone now.
Official business.
I just basically knock on the door.
Alright. You knock on the door and there is no response.
Bryster, I'm kind of trying to whisper this. Bryster, can you make an illusion of someone's voice to see if you can lure them out?
Oh, you want the illusion, of course. Voice, which ones? Octavius?
Not with towers. I would say try Danica's.
Alright, let's see if I can do this. Never really tried any one specific voice, so it might be a little bit different, my impression.
Fair enough.
Right, let me try this.
Wait, what are you trying to do?
Trying to impersonate Danica with a minor illusion. What exactly do you want me to say?
Try to get him to open the door.
Right. And the next we hear is Danica coming from in front of Octavio! Come on, I know you're in there.
No response.
Come on now, we're reasonable adults.
Debatable. But there's no response.
Well,
What do you think, Open?
looks like we have no
Yes.
other choice.
I just step aside to let Bryster get in.
Alright, let me do a
As you
sleight of
step
hand.
forward, you hear Danica from downstairs. I told you, he's went back out again. That was about half an hour ago.
He probably still is, but we should check.
Still need to check a little thing. Alright, let me see.
I'll let you use the one you had before.
All right. Yeah,
So-
yeah, that one's way better.
You know this lock now, so you're very quickly able to open it up, and you swing the door open. The room is empty.
Yeah.
Anything in disarray? Anything in obvious disarray?
Roll me a perception check. Everything is exactly the way you left it.
Including what's in the wardrobe.
Yep.
Nothing touched.
Nope.
Looks like he's never been truly here anymore.
Oh, we
that
made a
eye.
mistake. We should have stayed at the cart.
Maybe.
Bob, back we go.
Yeah, let me just lock the door. Yeah.
You're able to snap the lock close quickly enough.
Yeah. All right.
Stop moving so I can grab you all. There we are. Okay.
Off to the map we go, I would say.
Okay. Back to the map.
Not here. Back.
So you're leaving the end again?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So then, where to?
Supposedly back where the card was, right?
Yeah.
All right. You hurry back towards... stupid grid. You hurry back towards where the wagon is.
Where we know the wagon last was.
Yep. You
We
round the
can't tell if
corner
it's still there.
between the two warehouses. The wagon is gone.
Shit.
Yes, Irina, would you be able to
Either
perceive the
there
scent of a very,
there.
very large cat moving through the city? I mean, they are kind of fragrant.
I can try. Okay, and Ez is just like, you can do these. With the weird
Rice
little
is
magic
actually
item.
already rushing ahead. He has
Okay.
no idea where he's going, but he's going towards this gate.
She gets that with advantage. Ez is going to help her out.
And that's just
really got better.
his... Yeah.
Uh,
He has no idea, but he's stumbling in already ahead. Blindly.
Yeah, if everybody's rolling.
Alain, you know what I want.
Okay. Bear in mind, he's quite annoyed at this point.
All right. As you're getting a little bit frantic searching around, you get that, you know, that weird little feeling you get when you stand up too quickly, where you're just a little bit lightheaded for a split second. You get that. As you're starting to move towards the southern gate, Irina grabs you by the shoulder, Reister. This way. She starts moving towards the east. As you get onto this backside road, you can see fresh wagon tracks leading to the main thoroughfare, where you lose sight of them again in the traffic. But Irina points...
What traffic? There's not much traffic around here.
The tracks of the traffic, dear.
Of
His
course.
his wagon treads basically merge with what was already there.
Paid in years.
Yeah. And she points towards the gate. It looks like they've already left the town.
Shall we pursue or not?
Would be...
Don't think it's wise to go out in the woods at night.
Yes. He's already put
yeah.
himself out to be eaten alive.
We kind of botched this, didn't we?
Yeah. That area of truth, unfortunately, been too. That and the fact that I slipped.
Well,
Well, because it's. I mean,
Okay.
otherwise, I mean, they shouldn't be able to leave the gate. How would they open? Why would they open the gates at night?
They've done it for
Oh.
us. But Irina turns to Sir Alain. It sounds like the vampire hunter thinks we're working with Strahd because he saw you
could you not
last
say the name?
night.
You think I don't know that?
Well,
There may be an upside to that.
good job breaking it, hero.
Eh,
Let's just go back to the inn.
here's a point. If he's hunting the vampires and their helpers, and he thinks that we are helpers, there is a chance that he's gonna come back to hunt us.
I don't like the
That's-
idea of another target on my back.
Be on
Well,
your back.
you get used to it.
He's identified me as the threat.
I think he identified all of us as catnip.
That's one way to put it.
Okay.
Anyway, I don't think we'll pull much off tonight.
Well, at least we can report back and say we found the guilty guy, just that he ran away.
Yes, but what evidence do we have? That's going to be the tricky part.
Yeah, this sudden departure is probably going to point in that direction. Beyond that, we
Yeah.
gotta help.
Yeah.
To be fair, the burgomaster seems to trust Sir Alain's word. You know, the paladin and all that.
Yeah.
And Lady Watcher trusts him as well. For whatever that's
Yeah.
worth.
Alain, where
Yeah.
are you going?
To bed, by the looks of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rystar,
Yes.
try to keep an eye on him tonight, okay? Maybe move your bed in front of the door.
I just locked the door at this point.
God damn it.
Mind bringing me up?
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Well, I better make certain that he doesn't do anything. Room, at least. I mean, I should. First, of course, I rattled the door. Notice it's locked.
Okay.
Well, just in case he comes up with any foolishly brave plans, I better make certain that we'll at least know and can help in case things go
Yeah.
south.
You know what, you
Yeah.
guys? I'm gonna sleep in the hallway.
I was going to just install one of my bell traps here.
I am going to sleep in the hallway.
If she wants
Still,
to.
still putting it there and trying to hide it. That would be sleight of hand if I. God, that
Yep.
doesn't work. Does work, but it's
You set up the trap, but it's very obvious.
yeah. Can try hiding it a little bit. No, doesn't work. Damn it. Yes, it's a good idea for you to sleep in front of his door.
I didn't volunteer, Zabornik did.
No, I was talking to Zabornik as.
Oh, I thought you said my name. Sorry.
No. Is a good idea, not as it's a good idea. Nope. Again. With
You
some
just hear
except-
you just hear the sound of a helmet being thrown on the floor.
I think he's pissed off.
Yeah. Me too, buddy.
I think all of us are.
That's 2 nights in a row.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can stand around here and make polite conversation, or try to get at least a little bit.
Yeah. Also, on the
Asleep.
upside, we did find the guy.
Yes, but he got away. Anyway, you need any company?
I'm fine, thank you. In a moment, I'm going to be inside my shell and sound asleep.
Yeah, I sometimes wonder. Sometimes it seems like a full set of bards in there.
I have good acoustics.
Yes, but some of the songs that come out of there, they're a little bit unusual.
I am a reptile, we sound like that.
Really?
Yeah, pretty much.
Never gonna dance again. Guilty feet ain't got no rhythm. That's reptile sound?
I'm not gonna tell you about the conspiracy. Just go to bed.
Just as long as you don't play that Never Gonna Give You Up song again.
I'm contractually obligated to do it once a year, that's all.
Good. Because every time I hear that song, I feel like someone, Richard, is driving a wagon over me.
Good night, TriStar.
Good night, Spornik. I'll see you in the morning.
I sure hope so.
Alright. So unless anyone else wants to do anything else, I believe we'll end the session there this week.
Okay.
For that, Sir Alain, we will discuss over the week.
Okay.
So then, play the game.
I believe Rice does minor illusion that saved us from Cat.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very well done. Fumble of the game.
Reister trying to being intimidating and slipping.
I would say the roof.
Yeah.
I would say the roof
close.
because you took Arena down with you.
Then again,
Managed to deal 4 damage to me and standing up.
True.
yeah.
Dennis is now asking what the hell happened. Zabornik fell through a roof. Arena was standing next to her. It didn't end well.
Yeah.
That was just before you came in. Any observations? Any theories, queries?
Not much I can really think of. Sir Alain really is not in a good place right now.
I think most of what we found out was pretty clear in the actual text.
Yeah. Though Reister's Reister's been taken aback a little bit by the brutal honesty of the Watcher family and their current house guest.
Yeah, surprising, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's definitely a side quest waiting for us there.
But to be fair, did you really expect the Burgomaster to give you fair advice to what he views as his political rival?
No.
All right. So then, we'll end
But
that
the
there.
thing is that she's so forthcoming, that's been so impressive.
Well, She had
That
nothing
is,
to
of course,
lose.
if the player can say that is if she's completely honest.
Alrighty then. So
And that's where player and Ryster might actually have different opinions.
it's always interesting when your player and character have different opinions. It's quite fun.
Yeah.
So,
I
anyway.
just can't believe.
Yeah, go on.
I just can't believe how well I've rolled tonight.
Yeah, you're doing really well. However, I just want to point out, staring a cat in the eyes is a challenge to fight.
Yep.
Yeah, that was kind of what was going through his head.
You were basically egging the cat on to pounce on you, and if Reister hadn't done the illusion, it would have. And then you would have had to fight the cat.
And that's the only moment in which the player's quick thinking. I mean, after trying to find the fucking ketchup there on the card.
He's a wolf, not a cat, so...
It's just as bad.
Yes.
Anyway.
Still, you didn't bark. Maybe if you tried barking.
We're
Alright
not
then.
far off it.
So, we'll leave that there. It's going to be a good night from me, and a good night from our lovely players. So it's a good night from, going down the list, Creature.
Good night.
Good night from Derkork.
Good night.
A good night from Sephi.
Night, night.
And I'm just going to assume Dennis says good night as well, who sadly couldn't be here this week. Boo. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye bye.